Hilfiger, nigga. Tuesday evening, I am Troy Terrain, PKA Star, and this is the Star Report. Welcome aboard. A few topics to get into tonight, and I want us to try and be as objective as possible. This might be one of the last shows I do with regards to Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club. But tonight, I want to put some respect again on Mr. Kwame Brown's name on his YouTube channel, Kwame Brown Bust Life. He did a show yesterday calling for a boycott of the Breakfast Club. Now, because this young man has gone so hard in the paint, I want to, again, try to assist him if I can. Not that he needs me, but I respect what it is that he is saying on the microphone. He is bringing what they call truth to power. Truth to power. And again, for those of you who are not familiar with his past, he played over 10 seasons, I think 12 in the NBA. Drafted out of high school. And he put it down. He put it down. I think he had a good career, a solid career. People somehow latched on to trying to clown him, and I'm not going to repeat, that stuff. But he's doing good from what I can see, and he has now taken a hold and taken a big part in social media. So he has called for a boycott of the Breakfast Club, and let me just say thank you, Kwame Brown, for not going up there, because yesterday at some point he did another video asking the audience, should he go? And people said in a landslide of comments, no! So he got an instant reaction, and I think that's what has led him now to the boycott that he is calling for. My question tonight is, what would a boycott entail? Now, it's all about numbers, and by way of radio, they use what's called a PPM system. Do you know what that is, PPM? Just because you have the ability to listen, and that coding goes into a central base to then determine how many people listen, would you not listen? Would you not support things? What would be your interpretation of a boycott in 2021? A boycott today is very different from yesteryear. I'll just say that, okay? But I want to mentally massage this, open up the floor, see what you guys think. Also on the screen, President Biden signs anti-Asian hate crime bill. Let me take a sip, because we do discuss these things here from time to time. Politics, political science. And I truly believe that we are concerned with these types of topics. But sometimes, at the end of the day, people work hard. Nobody wants to do what's called a deep dive. They just want some fun, some entertainment, and just call it a night. But I want to try to do a deep dive if we can, and I know that we can. President Biden signs anti-Asian hate crime bill. Cheers. This just happened, folks, in case you don't know. My source is NPR. Okay. There he is. Look at him. Pow! Biden. I don't like him. Never have. Too condescending, too cynical, too arrogant. But he is our president. What does this entail for people in the United States of America who, for the most part, don't vote? They're not big on holding office. Do you know why? Let me say early, if you're African American or West Indian or some type of Caribbean, don't hate the player, hate the game. This will not be a platform to hate on Asians for getting something that African Americans have been trying to get here in this country for hundreds of years, and that's respect. Now, I myself, born in 64, as you should know, I went to some great schools growing up in the 70s, public and private. I did not go to college. That was my choice. My parents took issue with me not going because they had the money. They expected me to go. Looking back, I wish I had, because I could have intertwined myself with a better pedigree of associates, as opposed to criminals, whores, and the scum of the earth. But if you are someone who has an understanding, again, of political science, foreign policy, things of that nature, the history of China, please call in. I want you to speak. We'll give you the floor, as you know, and I will give you the last word. I've done research over the years, primarily back in the 80s, because when I was developing my philosophy of objective hate, the total belief in oneself with the full understanding of man's true nature, my philosophy came out of Ayn Rand's philosophy. In my opinion, the greatest philosopher ever. Her philosophy is objectivism. So in order to get to that, I had to go through communism and other things. I had to not only read, but research, sometimes study certain things that seemed foreign to me. But again, it was essential for me to develop into who I am today, the ultimate man. So, Biden signs anti-Asian hate crime bill. How did they achieve this so fast in America? Troll babies, good evening. Any thoughts before I continue? How did the Asians achieve such a monumental bill so fast, without voting, without holding office for the most part? Rarely do you see Asians in the street protesting. Rarely. Kicking up dust. Any thoughts? You're smarter than me. You're better educated. I can go off of memory. A lot of things I have forgotten, so I'm just going to take a stab without doing too much research here. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you ask me, China has been able to turn around their history of warriors. Don't get it fucked up about China. Warriors. Creators of many things. Gunpowder. Their history has been brutal, gruesome to some extent. They even had a general, if I remember correctly, one of their historic wars where the general, he made it a policy that they ate the corpses of their enemies. Some of you know that, yes, troll babies? Cannibalism. How did they turn that around to become what we perceive, pay attention, what we perceive to be passive people? Do you understand pacifism, or what a pacifist is? Now, I had to study. I had to learn back in, I think it was 86 and 87. I had to learn about people that came out of England into America called the Shakers. The Shakers. Google that, kids, if you don't know who the Shakers were. They're all gone now. They practiced celibacy. They claimed to be divinely inspired, but holy and pure. The Shakers. Yes, anybody? I'm trying to talk this talk before I get to sipping and start talking crazy. Shit's calling me. The Shakers. Now, if you ask me, the Shakers were so hateful, they dreaded the thought of interbreeding or procreating with you and I, the unholy, the unclean, the ungodly. They chose to die off, and they did. The Shakers. So, pacifism. How did we And how do we, and why do we perceive the Chinese as pacifist? Is it their demeanor? Have they learned how to position themselves to get what they want? Are black people not passive enough? Can black people be pacifists? African Americans, never mind Africans. Africans are still, till this day, killing each other. Huh? Long before the Arabs came into Africa talking about Islam or death, the Africans were killing each other. And they still are, in gruesome ways. Can African Americans be passive? Would that be the answer to some of our issues? Objectively speaking, Martin Luther King Jr. was a hell of a man. Hell of a man. Died young. He was trying to figure things out. Everybody contradicts themselves. Don't get it fucked up. Tupac was a fucking lunatic. We love him. We love what he stood for, but he was code switching so much, you know. Martin Luther King did what he thought was right at that particular point in time. To push a non-violent movement. He learned from Gandhi. Gandhi, who I think, and troll babies, correct me if I'm wrong, got almost 400,000 people killed. Was it 400,000? Somebody help me out, somebody who knows history. Gandhi was so passive, Gandhi thought that the Jews should let the Muslims have their way with them. Whew! Are you up to speed on that one? That's why the average Jew don't fuck with Gandhi. Give me a minute. I see you folks on the line. Oh, my nigga FBJ got these YouTube streets hot, and he got the Star Report litty. FBJ, you there, sir? 904?
Yo, Star was popping. I'm in the building, man. What's going on?
Okay, my nigga, sit tight. I'm trying to get in my groove, in my zone. Sit tight. I'll be right back, all right?
Yeah, do you think?
Yes, sir. Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. did what he felt was right at that point in time for the advancement of African Americans. He later on felt different. You know the story. I don't have to sit here and tell you. When he started talking about reparations, that's when they got him the fuck out of here. Sadly. Many people talk that NOI. Yeah, no, I was with Malcolm. Let me say this right now, and if you feel some type of way, I hope you do. The NOI, Nation of Islam, ain't never been about that action. Never. The biggest pump fakers to ever come out of the black experience, the Nation of Islam. I get tired of some of you niggas emailing me, yo, Star, be careful, the nation. Nigga, I'm in Woodstock. Riding around in a white V12 named Blanca with a stick, if you're looking for me. Why am I yelling? Hold on a second. The fuck? Let me take a bite of this pickle and slow my dumb ass down. What year was that, troll babies? Early 60s. When them LA cops laid that guy down from the nation. Gave his ass that smoke, huh? Ain't do nothing. Well, have you ever seen somebody from the Nation of Islam get in an SUV and crash into a goddamn police station and then blow himself up? Pow! Never. Get the fuck out of here. Miss me with that goofy shit about the nation. What was that saying? What the fuck? Pacifist and pacifism. How did the Chinese turn it all around after thousands of years of being brutal warriors, conquerors? Do you know some of those Chinese dynasties, troll babies? All that goddamn killing they did? They made the Dalai Lama get the fuck up out of Dodge. You ain't special. We're going to give you some time to get the fuck up out of here. We're going to take your head off. Do you know that history? Come on, talk to me. Talk to old nigga Star tonight. How did the Chinese turn it around to the point where in America they got a goddamn bill passed so fast? Look at Kamala Harris, a.k.a. Kamala, skinning and grinning. Look at her, old code switching ass, huh? Laying up and loving the oppressor every goddamn night. You voted for, not me. Also coming up tonight, hang on a second, according to Hip Hop, one of my favorite new Instagram pages and one of my sponsors, according to Hip Hop on Instagram, who's the better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck? I got the results right here. Oh, my nigga JJ, huh? Jim's a good nigga, man. I'm not going to show you the results right now, but there's the question. According to Hip Hop Podcast on Instagram, who's the better rapper? Troll babies, before we continue, what are your thoughts? Okay, I see a couple of you talking reckless, and yeah, that's what I like. All right, and other things I will talk about this evening. I did what's called an exercise on my IG page earlier this morning. An exercise. I put forth a question, and I used an image to see if you could focus on the question. On my Instagram page, Troy Terrain, Troy with an I asked a question. I'll get to that later. Salute to the handful of people that focused on the question as opposed to what I was driving. They could not hear what I was asking. It has to do with ATM fees, me traveling for half a mile. Fuck what I was driving. Fuck the cost of gas. That wasn't the point. Can you resist corporations? Or do you just fall in line and become a cog in the wheel? A mindless fucking drone. We'll get to that later. My nigga FBJ repping Duval County. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Man, Star, I'm doing awesome, man. We just dropped the latest episode, Perspectives and Facts podcast. How the episode doubled down because I doubled down on everything I said on your show. Yeah. We dropped the audio and we dropped the visual on my IG Live. I have the part 1 and part 2 out on there now. So anybody wants to go and check it out, you can check it out.
Yes,
ever since posting in the community section, I think I got the most traffic on that post than what I've ever gotten on the community section. So people talking about me being boycotted or being stopped. I can see. Sorry, I sent you the numbers. We're doing better than ever. Sorry, everything's on the up and up. They literally doubled the number of downloads on the last podcast I dropped before the one I dropped today.
Yeah. Okay, now hang on a second. Stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
I checked out the intro song with Jakara. Is that her name, your co-host?
Yeah. She had the first intro song, and I had the second one.
Yeah. Listen, I heard she had Nicki Minaj's track. She came on, introduced herself, and then brought you on as if you were her co-host. Yes?
Yeah, I wanted to be introduced by a black woman to let niggas know that ain't no boycott going on around here. You know what I'm saying? When you come in and come to my reality, I'm surrounded by black women at the end of the day. So y'all got as good a chance to boycott me like you did Gucci.
Yeah. You're supported by black women, but you lay up at night with a beautiful Hispanic woman. You sent me the picture. Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, listen, man, so much to talk about tonight. First, let's put some respect on Kwame Brown's name. Calling for a boycott of the Breakfast Club. Are you up to speed? Did you hear any of his latest videos? Close to 300,000 people have already watched it. So there is an interest with regards to a possible boycott of the Breakfast Club. Are you up to speed, sir?
Yeah, after Charlamagne apologized, Kwame Brown pretty much went live, and then he asked his live, should he go on the Breakfast Club, and everybody was telling him no. Everybody was like, no, don't go on there, because I was kind of worried that he was going to fold and be like, well, I can come on if I can bring Jessica Reed, if I can do something like that. And for the fact that he didn't, and then he was pretty much like, well, let's boycott the Breakfast Club, because this is a platform that doesn't care about black women. They have somebody like Charlamagne up there in Envy, and we should go ahead and boycott them and get them off.
Now, hang on a second. He actually said, if I can bring Jessica Reed, he said that? Because that's what I was saying yesterday.
No, I don't know. He didn't say that, but I was saying I hope he doesn't say that. Like, if I could bring her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying yesterday. Not that I'm trying to steer anything. I just said, man, if you do go, take Jessica Reed or take your own cameras and film every goddamn thing, because I know how that machine operates. They will film shit and then splice it, chop it, and then make it look like something that never even happened. Anyway, okay. So with regards to what he's saying, he's calling for a boycott. You yourself are a Breakfast Club listener, yes? Keep it real.
No. No, I catch sometimes they do the room report on my YouTube algorithm, or I might catch a donkey of the day on our YouTube algorithm, but I don't go and type in and search the Breakfast Club. It's not what I do. I usually, like I said, they do they kind of do what Brooklyn Kenny does. They do the tea, you know what I'm saying? So I might listen to one of their tea segments for a good 5 to 7 minutes, just see what's going on in the media for a little bit, and I just keep it scrolling. I'm not a listener to the Breakfast Club.
Okay. Either way, I want to put respect on this man's name. Mr. Kwame Brown, I know that you've got your own thing. You're popping, moving, and shaking, but if you ever want to call in or send me some type of bullet points to enhance or support what you're doing, you can reach out via email. I'll give you my direct number. If not, salute to you either way, sir. Okay, FBJ, question on the screen. Who is the better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck? Take your time. I want your opinion. You're not even 30 years of age yet. Over 11,000 people voted by way of this Instagram page and the website, according to Hip Hop. What say you, sir? Over 11,000 people have decided. I'm not going to say the results just yet, please.
I'm going with Capo, man. I'm going with Jim Jones, man.
Jim Jones.
I'm going with Jim Jones just based off the fact that even when he came out, he did a remix to one of the NWA songs. I forgot what it was called back in the day. But that's when I first seen Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying? And then when he did the Summer of Miami remix, I remember that. And I remember a lot of the stuff he was doing, like when he dropped Ballin' and stuff. This is when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? This just when he was on the radio, what he did with Dipset, you know what I'm saying? But then when I got older, I had to go back and listen to Diary of Summer, Harlem Diary of Summer. I had to go back and listen to Ambitions as a Gangster and other things like that. And then I'll say around Nocturnal, Capo, Vamp Life, all the Vamp Life series he was doing, the Miami Vamps he did, the Fraud Department, even up to El Capo, what he dropped last year, and the Fraud Department, what he dropped this year. Still fire, and he's still giving bars. The same thing I was saying about, I think, Jadakiss. Like, you got certain rappers that come
from... Well, hang on, sir. Hang on. Before you go into Jadakiss, I want to stay focused on Jim Jones and Young Buck. Now,
I'm going with Jim Jones.
You've already said you're a young man. We have been clowning Young Buck over his Badussy affiliation over the last 2 or 3 years. His Badussy affiliation. But if you ask me, Young Buck brought that smoke out of Cashville at an early age. So much to the point where Curtis, a.k.a. 50 Cent, put him in G-Unit. When Tony Yayo, I think, was in jail, Young Buck came and picked up the slack and then was giving 50 bars. Troll Babies, correct me if I'm wrong. Jim Jones, who has manifested. Lovely. Jim Jones was never that guy in the early days of Dipset. Jim Jones was the businessman, hell of a businessman. Jim Jones was the guy who was directing videos. But he was not the guy bringing the bars in the early days of Dipset. It was Killer Cam, and then you had Jewels. Put a shell in you. What do you want to say about that, sir? Or do I just go to the calls and Cash App and Super Chat?
I mean, I understand what you're saying about Young Buck and his impact on G-Unit, but to me, G-Unit's stint was so short. Like, I don't really care. I'm not really interested. Like I said before, Young Buck, I can think, I'm not Young Buck, but Jim Jones, I can go back from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, even up to last year and this year, where I can think about relevant Jim Jones songs and bars that he gave niggas. And he's keeping himself relevant. And even rappers right now, even newer rappers and recent rappers, they go to Jim Jones to still get bars, to still get hooks and verses. So I got to go with Jim Jones.
Okay, now, with all due respect to my nigga JJ, all due respect, are you up to speed on a guy by the name of Max B, who Jim Jones had in his corner helping JJ? You ever heard the name Max B?
Yeah, Max B was giving him probably the waves and the sauce. Yeah, we know about Max B.
Okay. Max B had the wave. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, hang on a second. Mark, I got your donation. Thank you very much, Mark LLC. Okay, he's talking about Children of the Corn. Not tonight, Mark, but thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. T3, the polar bear. How are you, sir? He says respectfully, it's polar. Okay, thank you so much for your donation. Rondell got your donation. Nico. Hanad, thank you, Hanad. Us Network on the check-in. Thank you so much. Okay, Us Network. And let me just say a salute to Jeff. Thank you so much, Jeff. All right. I'm going to bring in some calls and other things, but let me just talk to you, FBJ, about another topic, because I want to make sure that we have a wide variety of things to discuss this evening. Are you up to speed on the anti-Asian hate crime bill that the president signed? FBJ.
Yep. Yeah. I am up to date on the anti-Asian hate crime bill that was signed by Joe Biden, and I feel like this is obvious. He's signing this because he has an Asian as a vice president. He's signing this because the last thing he needs for the globalist development that he's trying to push is for Asians and Chinese people to think that violence is occurring to the people in America, because you don't want to cut off trade deals. You don't want to do things like banning crypto, which was a rumor that they're trying to drop. Joe Biden is a globalist, okay? And he wants to make sure that he has the Asian community in his back pocket for the future of the development, because they don't want the Asians to get too close to Russia or any one of the American enemies. So what they're doing is throwing Asians some pie, like, hey, we're going to go ahead and elect an Asian for the vice president, but we're going to keep like she was black until we elect her. And then what we're going to do on the back end is go ahead and pass the Asian crime bill. We're going to send out a few niggas to slap up a few Asians right now to make it look nice so we can get this bill passed and expedited as quick.
Okay, hang on a second. FBJ, are you a college man? You a college man?
No, I'm not a college man.
Okay. I would love to get someone on the line who knows the history of China, foreign policy, because China don't give a fuck other than doing trade business with America, what we think here in terms of how they move overseas. They don't give a fuck. When you referenced that we have an Asian vice president, Kamala Harris.
Yes, that's what I said.
Kamala Harris or Kamala, whatever the pronunciation of her name is. Her mother was East Indian, if I'm not mistaken. I forget. Not Chinese. From Asia. But we're talking about here in America, people that don't vote. So what power would Joe Biden get by way of doing an Asian hate crime bill? What power would he achieve here domestically? That's the question. Any answer before I go to phone lines?
The only power I see him achieving domestically is trying to make the Asians another buffer class and to kind of fuse their genes with the Asians, knowing that they're being.
But they don't vote.
As far as population,
they don't vote.
It's not about vote.
No.
It's about.
Florida Boy Jay, he's a politician. It's all about votes. If you don't vote, why should he care? They don't vote.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying it's not about voting right now. What I'm saying is they're trying to make white and Asians kind of fuse together as making a new buffer class, like a hybrid. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So he's trying to slowly peel that back and to get that point across.
Okay. Oh, I got 917 on the line. Good evening, 917. Let's get it. 917.
From the place that you love to hate, Brooklyn on the check-in. What's going on, Star?
Hey, man, thank you for your donation. Thank you for checking in. I just want to have a conversation tonight. No back and forth between you guys. Can we just come back to that another night? I got some topics on the floor here. Kwame Brown calls for boycott of the Breakfast Club. Can we start there? Are you up to speed? Do you care?
Sure, Star. I have no problem with doing that. But just understand one thing. When I'm not on this when I'm on this show, I don't mention their names. They mention my name. That's all I want to say.
Got it.
But
Please.
Now, Kwame Brown, he's standing 10 toes down. He said he's not going up on a goddamn Breakfast Club, which is something that we all said that he shouldn't do in the first place, which is a great thing. So I want him to keep doing his thing. I'm bigging him up. I'm on his side. I'm happy that he's finally clapping back after all this time.
Okay.
He should have been said something. So I'm definitely.
Tell me about the boycott. Is it a reality?
I think he could get a few people to unsubscribe, but people are creatures of habit, so they're gonna continue. There's always gonna be the 85% dumb, deaf, and blind that continue to just go along with the program. But I do think he can kick up a little bit of dust and get some people to unsubscribe. He was going in on DJ Envy. He said his wife got him on the leash, got a dog collar around him.
I want to focus on the boycott. Is it a reality? What would a boycott entail?
I think he could get some people. I don't really think it's going to be a reality. I just think he could get a few people to unsubscribe.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be much of a reality.
Okay.
Because like I said, people are creatures of habit.
Okay. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate you, and I don't mean to, just come at you next so early, man, but, I want to stay focused on the topics. I can't stand when people say, yo, they stole my shit. Niggas are stealing my swag. That's goofball man. I don't do that.
Like I said.
So I'm not going to have somebody else on my show doing that. Let's move on.
Listen,
man.
I was just bigging him up.
Let's move on.
I was just bigging him up because he shares the same ideas.
Let's move on.
He stole anything.
Let's move on.
Star. I got you. I was bigging him up.
Who's the better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck?
Oh, you want to go there to Jim Jones and Young Buck? I don't even think that's a comparison. Jim Jones is way better. He had the way better records. Ballin' is a bigger record than anything Young Buck has ever done in his career. He started out with Certified Gangsters. That was the first real big record that Jim Jones had. And he sampled Eazy-E's Cruising Down the Street in My 6'4", which is a classic. They killed it. I believe Cameron was on that record too. And that was the record that kind of ushered in the game. If you remember, that was one of the game's first big looks. That video, the whole visuals of it, that was like the video that kind of set Game up to become the star he was at that time.
Okay.
So, and then also Jim Jones influenced other artists like Stack Bundles. He had a major influence on Stack Bundles. And him and Stack, if I'm not mistaken, Jim Jones was saying at one point that they were supposed to work together. And originally people was thinking that Stack was going to be with Dipset. So, because they look alike, they both had the same type of style.
What about Young Buck, if we can shift gears for a second? Young Buck out of Cashville. Buck bought that heat, man.
I never was really feeling Young Buck. In the beginning, he was popping a little bit, but I think all the rumors with the transgenders, and I think that kind of really put a damp on his career.
Yeah.
And so I don't.
But at the same time, with all due respect, you are a Brooklyn hating ass nigga. Yes, keep it real.
It's not about. Stop. Why you gotta go there, man?
Well, sir, I'm a Brooklyn hating ass nigga by way of Jersey. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you know the South already think that I hate them. You already know that. So don't do that manipulation type stuff. You already know.
Okay.
It don't have nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. But I got some tea on Erica Mena and Safari.
She filed for divorce?
Yeah, she filed for divorce while she's pregnant, which usually means that it's definitely going to go through. Usually women don't file for divorce while they're pregnant, unless they really are fed up and tired of whatever's going on in the relationship. Yeah. She's currently pregnant right now with their second child. It's looking real bad for them. They was just posing in a picture that they took together pregnant while she was pregnant, but then she just did another photo shoot where she took a picture when she was pregnant without wearing her ring. So that's like usually a telltale sign. It's a wrap.
Gotcha. Brooklyn Kennedy, thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in. I got to get more calls, man. Salute.
No problem. Stay up.
Thank you, man. Folks, pardon me if I'm a little extra charged right now, but, I want us to stay focused. I'm one of the most influential on this microphone. You've never heard me say, yo, they be stealing my shit. Stealing shit I used to do on the Star and Buckwild show. I'm flattered. I compliment the younger generation. It makes me feel good. When I'm laying up with some low mileage coochie and I may say something and she makes a connection to something of today, it's a win-win. I don't like that whole niggas listening to my show. Come on, stop it. Wait a minute. Okay, I got a reel on the line here. 707, is that my nigga John Blaze? John Blaze on his goddamn check-in.
I wanted to see if we could, it's good to hear you, big nigga.
You too, man.
I wanted to see if we can switch it up. Let's switch it up on the history lesson then.
Come on.
You want to go ahead and talk about China? Because I got a particular little background on China, right?
I remember that.
We ain't going to talk about how China influenced in the South China Seas right now. So we're going to start off with the Nixon administration in 1972, when Nixon was the first president to actually have diplomatic relations with who? Mao Zedong, at the time of the leader of China. And that's because Japan just got the nuclear bomb on their ass for taking a foothold out of Manchuria and areas of China, right? So that opened up a free market system to which China now makes the products that we use, right? All the computer systems and all that antiquated shit, right? So we want to go ahead and understand why China has a foothold and an influence right now globally. John Blaze can explain that in simple terms, right? We can go ahead, not only start with the Nixon administration, and now let's move to the South China Seas, to which China now feels that they have a rightful foothold in the South China Seas. Then also you got the issue of Taiwan, to which is a colony of China, right? And that's Chinese territory, to which is supported by the United States, right? Then we got the issue of Hong Kong, to which was surrendered by the UK. I believe, I can't remember how many years, if my nigga Florida boy Jay want to go ahead and recollect my memory, right? We can go ahead and take it there. China now is the next superpower based off our need off of the material good, to which is manufactured not only by China, is manufactured by South Korea, is manufactured by many of the Asian countries. But the next issue right now we have with China, the next global leader who is now rebuilding areas of Nigeria and Africa. I can name so many, right? Okay. The next superpower is China. Now, China has the foothold in many countries globally, but they have an adversary, and that adversary is India. Okay. So they have adversaries India. So right now, the global politics is being played is all based off who has the nuclear triad. And you already know, China, once they obtain that status of the nuclear triad, along with Russia, United States, okay, They are now a super global influence.
Okay, hang on a second. John Blaze, stay right there. I appreciate everything you've said. So you're saying this is a power play for foreign policy and doing global business, and it really has very little to do with what's going on with Chinese here in America, if I understand you correctly?
Exactly.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
That is absolutely correct, my nigga. And John Blaze ain't gonna fool these niggas wrong, because John Blaze is a school nigga and has certain degrees that can go ahead and verify what the hell I'm telling right now. Okay. So
hang on a second. So can you enlighten us, because I've researched, but I haven't studied. The fallacy. I'm going to say fallacy that Asians are being pummeled, beaten, and killed in America more so than African Americans. Is that a fallacy? Is that fair to say?
That is an absolute fallacy, because the Chinese has been getting their ass kicked since they've been here. The problem is now it's being televised, it's being manipulated for the sake of the media. Right. And it's being used now, as you can tell, the use of video image, right, can go ahead and be used and say, oh, this just started. No, Chinese has been getting their ass whooped since they've been here. Yeah. And they cannot lie to that, okay? Because
sadly, regular shit, sadly.
Hey, that's just regular shit. And you can't tell John Blaze and a lot of them chat niggas that that's fucking fact. And look, I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm trying to take up too much of your time, my nigga.
I'm enjoying the conversation, man. As a matter of fact, can you slow down a little bit? Maybe you can take a call or two with me, because, again, they don't vote here for the most part. This bill has been signed, sealed, and delivered in a very short period of time, yes?
That is correct. And that's correct. And the bill was passed, and you got to remember, the overwhelming support from both chambers of Congress supported the bill. Yeah. John Blaze follows it. I'm in goddamn Oakland. I'm down here with the original niggas who was riding with the goddamn Black Panthers, and we follow news reports, and you got a nigga who's going to go ahead and tell you the goddamn truth. Yeah. You got to remember, my nigga, you got to remember, both chambers of the House supported it. So the same white dudes, the same Karzai Jews, okay? I ain't trying to disrespect no.
Easy. This is a Jew network. Easy.
I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. But the purpose of it, my nigga, the purpose of it was to simply pacify China, because China's foothold globally is now the leader politically. Yeah. They now you gotta really pay attention to the history of China, because it all started with the Nixon administration. Okay?
And hang on a second, John Blaze, hang on. I want to try and catch up. I appreciate what you're saying. When we talk about the Nixon administration, we're really talking about Henry Kissinger, who was at that point in time, correct me if I'm wrong, he was
correct.
Yeah, he was the foreign policy expert. He was the guy that he was the guy that Idi Amin damn near called a pussy. Yes?
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct. Okay. And now, that's correct.
I'm just a dumb dropout, but I'm trying to go back on memory. Hang on a second. Hang on, and let me throw something else out there. So with regards to this bill being passed so fast, is there anything that African Americans can do other than just sit back and watch it go down?
Well, you got to go ahead and remember what you just told these niggas, okay? You don't vote. You don't even vote. Yeah. And we ain't talking about what niggas equate voting is just vote for a president. No, you vote within your community.
Facts.
So if you're involved in a particular district, you're involved with submitting a vote for who's your city councilman. Who go ahead and make sure you got internet structurally in your area of Virginia. Yeah. Virginia area, I got family members in Virginia. They ain't got no internet, okay? They hotspotting with their cell phone. So you got to remember, man. You got to remember this. And John Blaze is real with it, bruh. The fact of the leadership right now, Biden knows their position right now, because you're looking at the individuals who's a part of the G7, okay? All right? Russia was kicked out of it, all right? So the individuals who have the ability to yellow along, not just be a part of a nuclear triad, but also be able to build infrastructure. Yeah. China is globally right now in the South China Seas.
Hey, John Blaze, hold on a second. Ronnie, if you're out there, check your email. Ronnie, check your email. Okay, John Blaze, one more thing before I forget. I lost my train of thought. Holy shit. Oh, man. It escaped my mind that fast. I'm going to bring in a few more calls. Can you hang out, man? I want to discuss this a little bit more. Can you hang out?
No doubt.
Yeah, it slipped my mind that goddamn fast. I was talking about China. And, I'm sorry. And folks, Akon was carjacked here in Buckhead. I've got the story. If anybody wants to call in, I don't mean to put sauce on this, but I was told that he was either punched or slapped, and they pulled the stick out on him, and he gave it up. Salute to Akon. Don't fuss and argue with these niggas in Atlanta, Buckhead, Riverdale, Jonesboro. These little skinny niggas are wearing slides and Crocs, and they got sticks. Now, for those of you who know what a stick is, everybody can carry a stick down here. You don't need a fucking permit. But he's okay, and the Range Rover has been returned, or I'm sorry, the police found it. His phone was in there, so they were able to track it. But whoever took the Range Rover from a gas station has not been apprehended. That was last night. Okay. Sit tight, guys. Hold on a second. Let me bring in area code 213. Good evening, 213. We're talking about a few things. Are you there? 213.
Hey, Scott, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. Who's this?
I'm good. What's the topic there? I just
Let's get him the fuck out of here. What's the topic? Nigga, don't you dare call in here. What's the topic? It's on the screen. Go back to sleep, nigga. 347, are you there? Good evening, 347. 347.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Good evening, good evening.
Good evening. Yo, I want to get at this nigga who's over here saying the fucking unit. Dipset had a longer fucking run as unit. Is he fucking...
Sir, can you stop cursing first and foremost?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, is he crazy?
Come on.
Yeah. 50 Cent sold 10 million albums. Young Buck went platinum. Banks sold like... He was 800,000 his first week.
Okay.
This guy's crazy. He needs to go do he needs to go do his research. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about who's a better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck, yes?
Nah, Jim Jones is a great A&R. Jim Jones has a good ear for music.
Yes.
Jim Jones knew how to progress with music. But as far as, like, success, he stays relevant. I give him that. But he didn't make no... He makes better music than Young Buck, but Young Buck got a better selling album than Jim Jones.
Okay. Now, hang on a second. Stay with me. What was the name of Jim Jones' last album? That was fire. Fire. Do you remember?
No, I don't know, but I know he did put out Wasted Talent. That was fire.
Okay.
That came out like 2019, 18.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so in your opinion, Young Buck or Jim Jones, who's the better rapper, sir? That's the question.
Jim, I'm going with Jim, but I'm just saying, your man said that G-Unit didn't last as long as Dipset. Joel Santana put out an album since 2006. What is he talking about?
Are you talking about FBJ? He's on the line. Who are you talking about, sir? Who's my man?
Yeah, whoever. I don't know his name. FBJ.
I don't know either.
Dope.
Sir,
you don't
come
know
on.
what he's talking about.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yo, what's up?
He said.
FBJ jumping him, man. This is a New York nigga.
Why you stuttering, nigga? Why you nervous? Why you nervous and stuttering? What happened? What's wrong with you? You talk all that shit probably a lot, and you call on the phone, and you stuttering, and you nervous. You scared to say my name. You scared to get body to like the rest of the callers. What's wrong with you? Why you stuttering? Calm down. What you got to say to me?
Go ahead. He's right there. That's a New York nigga. Whenever somebody says, yo, your man's, yo.
Not just a New York nigga. I'm a Queens nigga.
Oh, Jesus.
I went to your alma mater.
Queens get the money. Right? Queens get the money.
Queens get the money all the time. What is he talking about? Talking about why I'm stuttering. Because I'm driving. That's why I'm stuttering. Fool.
Hang on a second. FBJ, he's saying what you're saying is not true. Let's go.
It's nonsense. That's what I'm saying.
Let him respond. FBJ.
He's saying what? Tell me what did I?
You heard me,
what did I say that's not true?
And then he said Jim Jones put on stack bundles. What is he talking about? Stack bundles? took a lot of stack bundles. What is he talking
about?
He's wild.
Sir, put the cocaine down. Nobody said stack bundles. Put the coke down.
What?
Relax.
That's what you said earlier. You said.
Nope. Somebody said stack bundles in Jim Jones. Who was that?
He said Jim Jones gave a lot of his swag to stack bundles. No, bro. Stack bundles been rocking nudie. He been had the braid.
Nobody said stack bundles. Bro, get off.
Salute to Beach Channel Drive. I don't do shout-outs, but salute to Beach Channel Drive. Far Rockaway.
You get on this line. You do your drugs. You wait till you start zooming and grooving, and you want to call on here and talk some delusional stuff about what you heard.
You must do drugs, fool, man. What are you saying? You sound crazy.
Bro, nobody
Only
said
drug
stack
I
bundles,
do is your mother.
Okay, 347.
Whatever, nigga. Nobody said about stack bundles.
Queens, thank you for the call, man. Queens.
This nigga out of here.
Salute, Queens. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Shit, hold on a second. We got ourselves a show tonight. I'm sitting here.
Hey, can somebody find where I said stack bundles, please? Because I know goddamn well I didn't say nothing about no stack bundles.
Hold on a second. Okay, here's what I meant to ask you. Hold on. I got a bunch of calls here. John Blaze, you there? John Blaze?
John Blaze.
Okay, John, you are a man of history. I appreciate your expertise. Yeah, man, China is getting ready to take over everything. But who was that once upon a time during, if you remember, during General Patton's era, told the U.S. we are prepared to lose 1 million people per day in war. How many are you prepared to lose? Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
General, that was Mao.
Was it Mao?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mao Zedong fought against the Japanese as well.
Yeah.
So, from my understanding, that has always been the mantra of the Chinese, to which they are willing to eliminate their own history to move forward.
Yeah.
They don't give a goddamn what happened in the past. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why you see them now, as far as geopolitically, as far as the standard of China. They're now, you know, if you were to obtain the Olympics in your country, that only demonstrates your cement or foothold as a world leader. Okay, we just had China. Now it's upcoming. Now China has been voted again, I believe, and I do not remember which year they're going to hold, but they're holding the Olympics again. Okay, China has performed a lot of, I guess you can say, infrastructure points in terms of, let's say, the Three Gorges Dam. Okay, is anybody aware of the Three Gorges Dam that China has built? China has built the biggest infrastructure that provides them electricity for 1 billion individuals.
Yeah.
So you look at right now as far as their direction, all right, which United States is trying to go ahead and have a cozy relationship with them. That's why Joe Biden signed the bill.
Okay.
Joe Biden had no other choice, because if China right now, hey, my nigga Star, was to dump the dollar, it's all over for us.
Okay.
In terms of you leaving the house in slides and having electricity, it's over. China was to do the same thing as Gaddafi wanted to do.
Right.
Okay? Gaddafi wanted to dump...
General Gaddafi, put some respect on his name. Okay, hang on a second, John Blaze. Hold on a second. Now, again, I don't remember a lot of this stuff, and I have not kept up, but prior to the Qin, I think it was Quin, prior to the Qin dynasty, that's when China was a very brutal place. Do you go back that far? The Qin dynasty?
I cannot. Well, I study at Cal State University,
okay.
Right?
Can you Google it? I'm enjoying the conversation. Can you Google it?
I can Google it.
Okay.
But the dynasties, you got to remember, Chinese dynasties have. I mean, look, how many are you talking about? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From my understanding, when you look at Chinese dynasties, you're not even looking at a caste system like India, because Eurasia has all these different structures that's totally different from Japan.
Yeah.
So as far as like the information that you talk about is actual fact, my nigga. It's actual fact.
Thank you.
You have to be a well-versed nigga.
I'm not
to be actually asking that question.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, no. Listen, I'm not. I just remember in the 80s, I learned that prior to the Qin dynasty, that's when China was brutal in terms of wars, but they have turned it around, and they are perceived here in America as passive people. And
Right.
and
Right.
with all due respect, they have been putting their Mac down for thousands of years. But hang on a second, I got my
and can I finish you up real quick? Can I just validate what you just said, please?
Please go ahead.
You talked about a Qin dynasty that goes back to 206 BC, before Christ. This is with the terracotta soldiers that was buried along with the dynasty that you talk about, my nigga.
Right.
Now, you would have to actually bring in an archaeological expert because of the what they found that's related to what you talk about with the Qin dynasty.
No, I was doing good coke back in those days, so that's why it's stuck in my brain. I was doing some real fish scale back then. But hang on a second, hang on.
Well,
Hang on, my nigga Ruga Ronnie, Ruga, are you there, Ronnie? Where's my nigga at?
Yo. Hey, Star. How are you?
Ronnie, please don't let me forget. Niggas on the streets out here in Atlanta, Buckhead, Decatur, they talking about Akon was smacked, and the stick came out, and then they took the SUV. He didn't want no problems. He was by himself. Remind me, we have to talk about this later, Ronnie, okay?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Hang on. Stay right there. Everybody stay there. Ronnie, any comments, any thoughts on Mr. Kwame Brown calling for a boycott of the Breakfast Club? Are you up to speed or no?
Well, yes, I am, and I'm glad that he didn't buy that, half-hearted apology that Charlamagne tried to offer up, because by apologizing, Charlamagne was able to sort of deflect the attention from his head being on the chopping block as far as, his history and his past and the situation with the case with Jessica Reed and whatnot. He was able to refocus and reshift the narrative and what the focus was, because then, people are concerned with whether or not Kwame is going to accept the apology, if he's going to respond, how he's going to respond, is he going to go on the Breakfast Club? And it shifted the attention away from what Kwame was calling for, which was for Charlamagne and Angela Yee to be gone from the Breakfast Club.
Now, listen, let me just say on record, I'm not hoping for anybody to get fired. I am very appreciative to Mr. Kwame Brown for putting light on the story that Star broke. Star, single-handedly. I brought in the homie Choke No Joke a month later. Salute to Choke No Joke again, because at first Choke was like, I don't know about this, my nigga. Where you going? Ain't no money here. He wasn't looking for a dime. But Choke drove way down to South Carolina, filmed everything as he has always done. But salute to Kwame Brown for bringing attention to everything with regards to Charlamagne. And it just happens to have spilled over into the Breakfast Club. John Blaze, let me go back to you, sir, because this is a very important topic. I want us to mentally massage this, and I'm going to go to Cash App and Super Chat. Hold on a second, guys. Biden signs anti-Asian hate crime bill. Mr. John Blaze, you were trying to make another point, please.
Well, I was just going back to when you called the Qin, or sometimes the enunciation, from my understanding, like the Qin or something like that dynasty. Now, when I went to school, there was, as far as like humanities, to which we had to learn. Humanities dealt with history, right?
Okay.
And then China, from my understanding, has been a bunch of dynasties, right?
Yeah.
Now, you look at the history, from my understanding, from what the research that you just brought to my attention, that I'm familiar with, the dynasty is known for several impressive feats in architecture, sculpture, and other arts, such as the beginnings of the Great Wall of China.
Yes.
Now, you look at the Great Wall of China, that's the greatest feat besides the pyramids and we talk about globally.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what you talk about is a lot of these niggas is not going to be familiar with, and they're going to not, you can't even dumb it down to them. Now,
John Blaze, my audience, they're very smart. I don't want to ever come off as being a know-it-all. They're smarter than me. They're better educated.
No, of course.
So I'm throwing,
of course, I've learned for the audience.
Yeah, I'm throwing things out there that I remember. I remember the Bronze Age in China by way of, them being pioneers of smelting and other things. But I'm not trying to talk down to anybody.
Right.
Yeah. But all right, continue.
Well, and then we talk about smelting. Then you got to go to West Africa with Benin. See, so you got to look at, the history, and then you do a metrics. From my understanding, when I was in goddamn college, they did a metric system in terms of how you go ahead and look at the history of it in terms of what happened with tree rings. And a lot of times they dig these cores within Antarctica and pull up all this data. You see what I'm saying? So what they do is that a lot of times the smelting, and we talk about the Bronze Age, you also got to correlate that when it happened in West Africa. Mm-hmm. So when you look at what we have here in terms of trade, I believe, John Blaze ain't going to lie to you, that existed for thousands of years. People got this idea that no one knew of each other just because there was no internet or a boat. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. Maritime, science, mathematics has all started in ancient Kemet, obviously, to what you talked about, right? So when we look at the history and the data that is preserved, it all falls back to Africa. So when you talk about smelting, my nigga, that really, really goes real further deep, to which you could have a conversation for about now 10 hours. And I just can't, I don't know what else to say about what you just brought to my attention, because the dynasty, when you talk about dynasties have always been correlated to which the history of the country, because the dynasties went ahead and cemented the rule, the politics, culture, religion. And when you look at and you correlate that with Japan, that's why China and Japan is forever going to feud.
If I can jump in for a second, and again, I mean, I didn't go to college, but I had a beautiful Jamaican, I'm going to call her a queen, goddamn, back in the 80s. She was coked out. I was coked out, but I used to pay her in coke, and she would come down to my job at WIA, Warner Electra Atlantic, and we would go to the public library for about damn near 2 years. We would do a little coke and then go into the library, and she was Jamaican, but she was educated in England. She was a motherfucker. She taught me so much because she was so educated. So I remember what she taught me. But hang on a second. I want to make sure that I promote something. Guys, please go to a YouTube documentary called Surviving Charlamagne. Ronnie, Florida Boy Jay, can you guys go to YouTube? I want to make sure we give this man the proper credit. Hold on a second, everybody. This documentary just came out. Surviving Charlamagne. Hold on a second. Here it is. The horrific story of Jessica Reed. Somebody please find that link. I don't want to say the gentleman's name just yet, but brilliant work. We had a conversation earlier, and I'm going to supply him with whatever it is that he needs because he is on the goddamn case. Okay, everybody sit tight. Zachary's Secret sends in a super chat. Hold on a second. Zachary has come for, something 9 binary. He told me this whole driving through meatpacking district, listening to Eddie Murphy's Party all the time. Okay. Thank you so much for your donation. Brooklyn Pete on the check-in says Joe Biden is the magic white man. Okay, you meant to say magical white man your father spoke about. No, my father always used to say there's no magical white man that's going to fall out the sky, boy. Do it yourself. But thank you for your donation. Booker says Vlad interviewed Juvie. Vlad asked him about leaving Buck stranded in L.A. Okay, Juvie cussed Vlad out and stormed off the interview. Really? Please send me the link. Juvenile's a real one. Juvenile came on my show, I think it was 2005. Maybe I'll repost the interview. He had on a fly-ass leather coat. And that's when Birdman was, something was going on, I forget. And Juvenile he got on the microphone. He said, baby, let's just fight, man. Let's just fight. Gotta respect it. Ali Kwan's Coke spoon. Oh, that was cute. If we did kill Malcolm, what the hell business of it is yours? Thank you, Ali Kwan's Coke spoon. That's what Farrakhan said. 1993 or 1992, I forget. The speech is called "Hard Trials Are Necessary to Establish the Truth." Farrakhan said that. And if we did kill him, what the hell business of it is yours? Big Aki. Hey, Big Aki. Big Aki says, I have to agree with Skittles, with the Dems trying to make Asians a buffer class. Okay, white supremacy. Okay, he's calling you Skittles? FBJ? Thank you, Big Aki. Big Aki also says Asians got the crime bill passed because they have the Dems in their pockets. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Jump in there.
You talking about Big Sloppy, Big Purr, the same dude who said he wanted to slap semen off of a trainee kisser's mouth?
I don't know.
That guy?
I don't know. He called you Skittles.
Big Purr. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Big Purr. Hey, girl. Hey. Keep it moving, man.
Hold on a second. Bitter sister. Kwame, an Asian, as understand the power of okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Big Wig. Thank you, Fareed. Thank you, Fly Nigga Headset. Thank you, Jersey Stand Up. Okay, Ronnie, can I go to you? I mean, we're all over the place tonight. Before I forget, Ronnie, who's the better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck? Ronnie.
It's not a question in my mind. Jim Jones, the capo, hands down.
Okay. You are a Dipset fan, if I remember correctly, yes?
Yes, day one Dipset fan.
Dipset? Okay. John Brown, I'm going to go back to you, man, and finish up before I bring in a bunch of other folks. Thank you for all the info, man. With regards to the Asian crime bill, your final thoughts, please. John Brown. John Brown there? Did his phone drop off? Oh, I hope it didn't. Oh, crap. What was it, 707? Everybody hold on.
John Blaze.
John Blaze. What did I say? John Brown? Pardon me. John
My
Blaze.
nigga.
John Blaze. Pardon me, man. Pardon me. Finish up, please. You have the floor. John Blaze.
Look. I just wanted to chime in because, there was a history lesson that I just wanted to participate in.
Thank you.
So, when you look at what you talk about, the subject that you talk about is real serious because when you look at within the next 10 years, will be seeing China as the head as far as a superpower and their influence between themselves and the United States. Now, like I said, John Blaze can talk politics, but then at the same time, I just want to see carnage and mayhem. All right? I'm out.
Shit.
I'm gone.
Thank you, John Blaze. Thank you. Damn, he sound like Ruger Ronnie. He just wants to see mayhem and ratchets busting. Shit. D Not Nice, I got your donation. D Not Nice says, I smell bussy. Is that you, FBJ? Okay. Gary got your donation. Thank you, Gary, via PayPal. Hey, Tori. Tori talking crazy. Thank you, Tori. Troy, I got you, sir. He says, I'm never eating pigeon fried rice again. Deontay got your donation. He says, talk that ish, big nigga. V12s and sticks, LOL. Listen, I don't want to talk about firearms and stuff like that, but you can go on my IG page. Me and Karuchi be out there. I'll pull up to I only get my gas in the mornings. I got Karuchi. I got Moses. I'm looking around, huh? Because these little niggas is out here in Crocs. Running down, getting people up out the car. Deontay, thank you so much. Deontay again, okay? Hey, Shaw says Crown Heights. Where's my nigga Shaw 347? Hold on a second. That wasn't Shaw I spoke to earlier, was it? No. Shaw, where are you, sir? 347. Shaw, I'm going to circle back. Thank you for your donation. Deontay again. Lucani, where are you? He says, Dipset Capo. Okay. Shaka Zulu got your donation. Thank you. Let me bring in the meantime, while I'm looking for Shaw. Area code 404. Good evening. 404.
Peace, Star.
Hey, peace. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. I just I wanted to jump in when John Blaze was on the line. He was saying some stuff I wasn't aware of, but I also wanted to throw in that this is, even though he took it, foreign, we also got to understand that, the black dollar circulate for 6 hours. The Asian dollar circulate for 30 days.
Come on.
So it's about a dollar bill at the end of the day.
Okay.
The George Floyd crime bill is still hanging in the Senate.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yeah. Now, hang on a second. Didn't somebody from George Floyd's family or one of the black families, I say that respectfully, didn't they go to the White House today? Somebody went up there.
Well, I know. I saw some a couple of hours ago say Lil Baby pulled up to the White House and represented
Now hang on. Hang on. You called in last night. You were trolling FBJ. Is that you?
No. I called in a couple of times. I called in about the big situation, and then I called in a couple of days ago about Kwame Brown.
Okay, continue on. Let's go. Who pulled up to the White House today? That was funny as fuck.
Lil Baby pulled up in representation of George Floyd.
Okay. Come on, I got time for the bullshit. Let's go.
Listen. You think I'm bullshitting? I'm not a troll, man. I'm really telling you what I read. Like that's what it said. Like I really called because I was on the history lesson with John Blaze. I didn't, some of that stuff I didn't know, but I know that the black dollar only circulates for 6 hours. So you don't, there's no value.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like they don't, it's not nothing new, but they just don't value us, man. We don't get it. We don't get it.
Jump in, Ronnie. Where's Ronnie? Jump in there.
Yeah, he said that he knows that the black dollar circulates for 6 hours, and I want to ask him if he has a source for that. Because I was watching a talk with Yvette Carnell a few weeks ago, and she was breaking down the fact that this is an unaccredited myth that people, often repeat, but it's never been substantiated. It's never been sourced. So do you have a source for that quote? The 6 hours in circulation?
I gotta go back and look at the actual source, but Dr. Claude Anderson is where I got the source from. I forgot which source he stated, but he gave a source, yeah. But it's Dr. Claude Anderson is it's in where I got it from.
Well, then, hang on, sir. With all due respect, Dr. Claude Anderson, put some respect on his name. He was talking about don't vote for a lot of years. Now he's changed his tune. Yes.
Yeah, he changed it too.
Did he take a bag, respectfully? A lot of niggas be taking bags, man. Huh?
Hey, listen, hey, man, hey, he might have took a bag. He might have took a bag. I don't, man. I mean, shit. At one point, Jesse Jackson had an afro, nigga, and a dashiki.
Oh,
that's
a whole fact. That's a whole fact.
Jesse laid that shit down, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank you for your call. Thank you, man. Salute.
Appreciate you, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Hold on a second. Okay, everybody hold on, goddamn. Where's my nigga Shaw from Riot Heights? Shaw, I'm looking for you again, man. I don't think we spoke earlier. Shaw's calling in from 347. I'm searching. Shaw's one of them old, well, I shouldn't say old, one of them Franklin Avenue niggas. I don't know who was grimier back in the days, Franklin Avenue or Nostrand. If I had to guess, during the 80s, you could say Franklin Avenue because that's when the shower posse was just, taking people's heads off with no fucks given. Let me bring in area code. Hold on, guys. I want to get to people who spent Skrilla with the machine. Deontay, Lucani, Shaka Zulu. Hey, Tyra, got your donation. Oh, Tyra says, fuck is Florida Boy J talking about? Max B wrote Jim Jones material. Okay. Where's Brian? Erico 9.
Listen, man. Hey.
Come on. Jump in there, man.
Hey, sorry. Real quick, the live chat already confirmed that was Brooklyn T who said the other guy, not Max B, but the other guy that stacked bundles. It wasn't me, so I just want to clear that up.
Okay. Azura Black, he says, always great content. Thank you, Azura Black. Jeffrey got your donation. Donnell Rollins cleanup interview, hashtag scrambling. Okay. Theo, how are you, Theo? He says, did you listen to Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer? Yeah, I liked Peter Gabriel, but I really liked Peter Gabriel when he was with Genesis. And prior to Sledgehammer, what was his hit? Was it Shock the Monkey? That was my shit. And then The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Hell of a track. Thank you for your donation, Theo. Tony B got your donation. Donald Rollins is no longer even joking with the Breakfast Club. Okay. I'm not up to speed. If you can send me a link, that would be great. Ralph, I got your donation. Are you on the line, sir? Where's Ralph? 347. I'm looking for Shah. Where's my nigga Shah? I'll bring in area code 323 in the meantime. Are you there? Good evening, 323. Talking about a few topics
Hello?
tonight. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. I want to thank you for bringing up the documentary. That's a great thing that you're trying to spread that word.
Yeah.
Also, about China, I think the two guys before me are giving China too much credit. You know, they imitate and they're not. They don't create anything. Half of their rockets are blowing up in space. You know, last month they lost a rocket going up, and they're not going to be a superpower because their military is always catching up. They had to move up their height and weight standards 3 times in the last 10 years.
Continue.
And they don't have the ability to invade Taiwan right now because they don't have any carriers, no landing vehicles. Their only carrier hasn't gone further than 150 miles from the coast of China.
Okay. You're educating me because I have not kept up, I'll be honest with you. I mean, history, I try to make history more of a concern, but please continue.
About the Biden bill, he's virtually signaling. His son was making $10 billion deals before he started running for the election.
Okay.
And he still hasn't cut ties with that. So he's just trying to fill his pockets and also ruin the dollar for us. Mm-hmm. He shut down the Keystone Pipeline.
Okay.
Then the governor in Michigan shut down another pipeline. Then in the East Coast, they hacked the whole pipeline in the East Coast. It's not a coincidence, you know. This is us going back to getting our oil from Russia. Mm-hmm. Biden's making deals with Russia. He approved a pipeline with Germany and Russia. Mm-hmm. Now we're starting to transport more fuel on ships coming from the Middle East.
Mm-hmm. If I can ask you a question. So yes, I agree with you that China at this point in time and for many, many years, they are not They have not kept up to be the innovators that they once were. They were innovators many years ago, many moons ago. But now they still have the manpower, the bodies, or does that not matter now? Because we now are using technology. To my knowledge, we are the leaders in technology. Drones, all sorts of bombs. I mean, we could literally just wipe out a country and then colonize it. So are we still concerned about the fact that China has more bodies, or is that not of concern?
No, I'm not really concerned because half of their population is malnourished, and their government, you know, just pays them like what, $2 a day, U.S. currency.
Okay.
So, you know, the fact is China got really hurt by the COVID. Mm-hmm. You know, they lost almost 75% of their exports.
Okay.
And now the UN is getting involved because they see these practices that China's doing to African countries.
Okay.
They're putting them in contracts. They know they're not going to be able to pay back. And what China gets is land for 99 years.
Okay. So with everything that you've just said, what was the motivation for President Biden to sign the new hate crimes law with regards to attacks on Asians in America? What was the motivation?
He's showing the Chinese government, or the CCP, that he's on the same page. He's willing to play with them because Trump, he was putting that pressure with those tariffs. Mm-hmm. He was fighting back for the intellectual property they stole from us.
Okay.
So Biden, because he just wants to, get his pockets a lot deeper.
Yeah.
By doing a lot more business with China.
Yeah. So, I really don't like Biden, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, Trump was my guy, and he was a complete lunatic. But I got a lot of money with Trump. I can't listen to Biden. I have literally pulled back from morning news involving Biden. He's just too arrogant. He's got that condescending thing, air of arrogance. That's how he strikes me. But I'll give you the last word, sir, please. Last word.
Yeah, when it comes to Biden, it's clearly that he's not running the country. He's not the one making the decision. No. Just watch what Kamala's doing behind him all the time, babysitting, make sure he's on task. Yeah. And now his own people are preventing him to talk to the media because they know that he's going to babble on. The guy is not in the right mind anymore. But that's my piece.
Thank you.
I want to thank you. Love your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Everybody, hold on a second. I got to comb through some of these cash apps and super chats. Ralph, I got your donation, Ralph. Shy, my apologies, Shy. You were on hold for a while, man. I had to keep it pushing. Theo says, just admit you don't like Jim Jones, but love his mom. Oh, this nigga snitching. Oh, ass nigga. Nancy and I are very cool. And I do like Jim. We have a good relationship. It was a little rocky at first, but, I even said his last album was a masterpiece. Ronnie, what's the name of Jim Jones' last album? Did you check it out?
I'm going to be honest. I really did not check out that last album. Sorry.
Can you Google it?
I can get the name of it.
Yeah, please. It was fire.
Sure.
I heard a couple of tracks. It was fire. Thank you, Theo. Snitch ass nigga. Booker94 got your donation. Thank you. Hey, Tori. Shania. Hey, Shania. Hey, big homie. It's me, school teacher. Okay, are you calling in tonight? Shania. And where is 954? Is that my nigga Crime Skills? Crime Skills on the check-in, 954.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good to hear from you. Can you come closer to the phone, please? You always drop knowledge.
All right.
I appreciate you checking in, man.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Where do you want to start?
All right. That dude that just came off the line telling you all of that stuff about China. I'm going to tell you something, and I suggest you just listen. You feel me?
Come on.
Listen to really the chess move and what's going on in the world. You feel me, my dude?
Come on.
All right. About a month ago, they had a meeting in Anchorage, Alaska. The dude that Biden sent over there, they got in an argument because they trying to tell China about humanitarian, not humanitarian, about some Muslim called the Uyghurs or whatever the pronunciation with that China been putting in concentration camps for years.
Okay.
So China is like, yo, don't tell us about that. What about the black people in America that you guys are killing off? Something of that line. So around the same time, this is when the video popped up with the dude beating up that lady in the city. It's when I really looked into it, it seems that as if somebody going to any hood and give anybody that's going through it, give them $300-$400 and be like, yo, beat up a Chinese dude and they really need the money. They're gonna take it. So I think what it is with them disrespected them at the meeting, talking about how they're brutalizing black people in the country. I think they set something up and it just backfired. So that's why they had to get to the table and give them some kind of deal and say this and that, because not just that. The day after that, the same dude, he met with Lavrov. That's the dude that answered directly to President Putin. In the same week, he went to Iran and he cut a $400 billion deal, Star. Like, listen to me, bro. Listen to me. Iran, Russia, and North Korea secretly, they working on something. You feel me, fam?
Now, hang on, Crime Skills, listen to me. I appreciate you, and you know I respect what you say. I'm emailing. You have the floor. Ronnie, if you want to chime in, or Florida Boy J, to what Crime Skills is talking about, you guys go. I need at least 30 seconds to respond to emails. Good. You guys go. Go ahead, Crime Skills.
Yeah, like I said, Ronnie, y'all could research that meeting that they had back in Anchorage, Alaska, and do some research on everything that China been doing since then. And y'all see if I'm on the phone talking garbage. But let me tell you something. It's not all gravy right now. Let's just say that. The people talking, oh, this and that, and China don't have the power to do this and let's see. Let's see. You feel me? It's not just China. You got China,
right,
Russia, North Korea. America is taking up too much problem on their hands. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just leave some of this issue. You don't have to get involved with it. You feel me? Yeah.
The bill is an anti-Asian hate crime bill, so that includes more than just Chinese people. That's Asian. That's Japanese. You know, it's more than just Chinese people.
Yeah, but I understand that. But I'm saying the picture is broad. You feel me? It's not just that's just a ploy. That's just something to just get everybody focused on that. And really and truly, the reason why Biden is doing.
Broderick, where are you? I'm looking for you in the queue. Broderick, pick it up.
You feel
Sorry,
me?
Guys, go ahead.
To keep them on their side, because China is pulling even when they went to the Middle East, they're basically telling them in the Middle East, like, listen, stand up to the West, straight. Like, they're basically telling them, listen, stand up, straight. It's just straight up like that. Like, they didn't used to talk against, like, the U.S. like that before. They used to be very careful in the words they choose, but with everything that's going on, you feel me? With since the corona and everything, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. But you feel me? Y'all could do your research. I'm here.
Okay.
You feel me? To you, Joe. Y'all doing a great job.
Crime Skills, good to talk to you, man. How's the restaurant coming? Everything good?
Yeah, you know, we got some. I got this, what you call it, coming up August 6th. That I'm gonna get the flyer done. This party in ATL. My brother got it going down, so I'm gonna hit you up on that though in a few weeks.
Keep me posted, please.
I'm gonna let you know what's good. But like I said, just keep your eyes open, man. And y'all gonna see what time it is.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody, hold on 1 second. I'm looking for Broderick, and who just sent me an email here? Shah was supposed to be on. I'm going to check this one last caller, 347. Good evening. Are you there, 347?
Star, what's up? What's going on?
Rory, hey, what's up, man?
Everything's good. What's going on, man?
Listen, can we just have a conversation without all the back and forth tonight? I'm not saying that that's what you're about, but I want to talk about these topics, man. It's very, very important, I think. This new bill that President Biden has signed, the Asian hate crime bill, and also, man, Kwame Brown is asking for people to boycott the Breakfast Club. What say you, Rory?
All right. Star, can I just say salute to all my Nubian queens, my Nubian sisters that been calling in last few days and getting that Jonathan from Florida.
Rory, stay on the topic. Come on, man. On topic.
All right. With the crime bill, Joe Biden, he ain't never seen a crime bill he don't like, man. His whole thing, he's part of the prison industrial complex. He has been his whole career. And the crime bill is just basically enhancing prison sentences for, if you got caught up now and you got into it with a couple of Asian people from Asian background,
okay,
and some racist comments started going back and forth. Like, say you were hanging out down in Chinatown and you got in it with some Asians, and you started throwing some racial epithets here and there back and forth. Plus, you beat them up. Now you're going to get in real trouble. You're going to do a federal sentence, which is bogus. I mean, if you just break it down, and
Rory, if I can just jump in here, are you saying that this is a chess move to keep African Americans in check? What are you saying?
This guy has been putting African American in check for a long time. If you haven't seen that by now, Trump is the one who did the Second Chance Act. He's the one that gave the judges an opportunity for compassionate release. Under Joe Biden's bill, the 94 crime bill, he called them he called black people super predators. That's what we was talking about. And
that was actually Hillary Clinton.
Mandatory.
Go ahead.
What's up? Hillary Clinton, but Joe Biden wrote that bill. Right. He wrote part of that bill.
Yes.
And they were given mandatory minimum, for having drugs and a gun. You didn't have to kill anybody. You didn't have to hurt anybody. Right. And you're seeing 80 years and 60 years. So Donald Trump was the only one who ever came with meaningful prison reform. That's a fact. And Joe Biden is he's a part of the prison industrial complex.
Okay.
And he's never been on the side of black people ever. And Young Buck all day over Jim Jones. Young Buck came with the fire, man. He was out the South. I respect him. I don't like Jim Jones. I was rolling with True Life and the Lower East Side when they were having their battle with Jim Jones. Only that, my man True and his brother and them got caught up, know.
Yeah.
And,
okay. Rory, thank you. Listen, I got a bunch of calls, man. I appreciate you. Keep me posted on what you're doing. I want to make sure that I promote you if you do decide to pull that trigger. You know what I'm talking about, all right?
Yeah, man. All right, cool, Star.
Thank you, man. Good to hear from you. Everybody hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, we got 615 in the building. Miss G, you're back for the Get Down. Miss G, are you there?
Hey, Star. How are you?
I'm great. Good to hear from you. What's cracking? You said John Blaze is absolutely correct, yes?
Yes, he is absolutely correct. I feel like the whole Asian bill was pretty much just a virtue signal for Biden's loyalty to them. And also, what I feel like is they have Kamala there to do the same dirty work they had Obama do with General Gaddafi.
Come on.
They used a so-called African man to go into Africa and destroy Libya. He earned General Gaddafi's trust to go in and destroy Libya. And I feel like that's Kamala's position to do with India. Because like John Blaze said, with the fighting that's going on right now with India and China, they're trying to use her to be able to get India to bow down to China.
And hang on a second, Miss G. For those who don't know, you have called in a few nights here and you have given Photo Boy Jay a good conversation. Some would say some smoke. You are a retired Navy vet, yes?
Yes, I am.
Please continue. Go ahead.
So I feel like this is it's just a whole ploy and virtue signal to our dedication to the CCP. Also, when he's speaking about, when John Blaze was speaking about China taking over, he is absolutely correct as far as Africa is concerned. They're all over. They are building bases, naval bases right now in Africa. China is at this current moment. So that's one of the issues. He is absolutely right on the money about all of that. And then he's also on the money about us not voting locally. I work for economic and community development in my state right now. So we're responsible for bringing jobs in to my state. And I'm on phone calls all week long with rural counties, and they're getting all of the money through grants.
Okay.
So when John Blaze mentioned about broadband, he's absolutely correct. There's grants out there for broadband. There's grants out there there's land grants. There's grants for communities to be able to fix up their downtown areas. There's grants for everything. But as long as Black people don't continue to either vote or participate on the local level, our communities will continue to look like they are today. It's $1 million grants out there.
Okay.
It's $100 million grant right now from the federal government just for my state for broadband.
Can I jump in and ask you a question? I don't know if this pertains to anything involving Asia. What interest, if any, do Chinese have in Jamaica? They're there. They've been there for quite some time, taking jobs, some would say. To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, Jamaica's only economic really presence is tourism. Why are Chinese there, in such mass numbers, taking over, some would say?
It's all about land. Once you conquer a land, you could do anything you want to do with it.
Okay.
Just like now today, we're in this thing where you're supposed to own nothing and be happy. So, like now, with people even trying to buy homes, they're not even bidding against other families or other people who are trying to buy homes. They're actually bidding against conglomerate companies that just want to take over and have a bunch of rental property, so you own nothing. Land is not even, I was on a call with a mayor with a city here, and they're saying that when they put up land for sale, in 2 to 3 minutes, it's gone.
Okay.
So everything is about you owning nothing and being happy that you own nothing. So the biggest thing right now is land, because once you have it, you could do whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And then you become the go-to person, whether you decide to farm on that land, if you want to do tourism on that land, all that money, like you said, Jamaica is a big tourism island, which means when you go there to visit, you will no longer be putting money in the pockets of the community.
Right.
That money will now go to China.
Yeah. Now, hang on a second, because if memory serves me correct, going back to 2001, or maybe 2000, Jamaica was in such a problem with the IMF, International, is it Monetary Fund? I forget. And
yes.
Yeah. And I think some crazy number, like 75% of the food in Jamaica was actually imported from Miami.
Yes.
So they weren't producing anything in Jamaica. And I don't know where they are now, but they were drinking powdered milk in Jamaica. They were flying in pineapples, bananas. So why even go to Jamaica? You can go to goddamn Miami and eat the food that they're serving in Jamaica. It baffled me as to why the Chinese would want Jamaica. The beaches are shrinking. Last time I checked, maybe 3 years ago, the beaches are shrinking. Yes, Jamaica.
Yeah, everything is shrinking. Most of the islands are having issues now. They're taking them out. It's because it's and it's also territorial as well. Because, like I said, if you get the land, you could do anything with it, which means you can build bases. So, in my eyes, eventually, what they're trying to do is get closer and closer to America and surround it. Because now you no longer, because like one of the callers explained about weapons and how trash their weapons are. It's the closer and closer you can get to surrounding America, you don't need to worry about your missiles being able to get all the way over here now.
Yeah.
Now you're close. So we can get to a point where we have a Cuban Missile Crisis, but it'll be a Chinese crisis.
Right. Hey,
that's why Trump was big on rebuilding our equipment, because when I was in, we had big issues with our equipment being so horrible. our ships would be down, our planes would be down, because we will be waiting on, items to repair it. We'll be waiting on parts and tools and things like that. Was taking forever, to the point that a lot of us couldn't go on deployments because our equipment was so bad. Yeah. And see, what he was trying to do was manufacture parts in America so we could have our parts overnight, and we could be on our way. That's why deployments went from 6 months to 10 months and almost to 12 months now, because the time that it's taken for the ships to be repaired and have all their parts is taking so long, they can't do the quick rotation like we was able to do. Okay. Now it's taking so long, we're starting to have to be out there 10 and 12 months because it's taking that long for our planes and our ships to get back up to full capacity.
And how long have you been retired from the U.S. Navy, Miss G?
I retired in 2017, so not that long ago.
Okay. And let me just say again, thank you for killing in the name of oil and other things so that I can live this life of fuckery that I live. Thank you. God bless you, darling.
Thank you, Star.
Florida boy Jay, you want some of this smoke?
You're welcome.
Oh, you okay tonight? FBJ, Miss G's online. What's cracking, big nigga?
Yeah. What do you want me to say to her?
Nothing. I'm just saying, she's on the line. If there's a problem, if not, we'll let her go.
Oh no, you can let her go.
Okay. Thank you, Miss G. God bless you, dog.
Peace, Jonathan. Have a good night, younger.
Okay.
You too, Miss G.
Miss G with the smoke, huh? Yeah, this beautiful life of fuckery that I live, huh? Ronnie and Florida Boy J, hang on a second. She just reminded me. I want to talk about my exercise this morning that I did on my IG page, folks. Troy Terrain on Instagram, Troy with an I. I was at the Wendy's parking lot. I'm there 3 or 4 days a week. I get my sandwich and my coffee, and then I sit in my car, and I talk to myself, as I have always done since the 70s. I talk to myself, I mentally massage things, and I come to conclusions. I didn't have any cash with me, so I pulled up to an ATM, and they wanted $3.25 to do a transaction. Usually I go to this other ATM where I use my bank card for that particular bank, and I don't have to pay any goddamn thing. But today I took a different route. For some strange reason, I was driving, listening to Ariana Grande's CD, and I missed my fucking turn. So, $3.25, and I said, oh, hell no. Give me my goddamn card back. Then I went and drove half a mile to another ATM machine that only charged $3. Now, some of you may think, or you thought, pardon me, and I purposely put my phone so that you could see what I was driving. Well, I was wood grain gripping, regular shit, and I wanted you to see that V12. Her name is Blanca. Bad bitch. Bad bitch. So yes, for a quarter, I said, no, I'm not giving you my quarter. I'm going to go to another ATM. And I took the $3 charge, went back half a mile, got my sandwich and my coffee. Now, some of you said in the comments, or most of you, pardon me, yo, you spent more in gas. That's not the goddamn point. The question I asked on that IG post was, I forgot the question. Something about, is it me or are we being finessed by way of corporate greed or something? I just didn't feel like giving my quarter to a corporate machine, like I'm a cog in the fucking wheel. So I said, fuck your machine, fuck your surcharge, and I'm going to drive a half a mile more. Damn how much gas I spent in that motherfucking V12. I got that. That ain't no problem. I can write that off on my taxes. But I did the $3 transaction, doubled back and got the sandwich. That was an exercise to see what you would say, to see what you would think. And most of you, you zoned in on what I was driving. That's what they want you to think. They want you to say, hey, I'm right here. It's more convenient. Fuck it, I'll spend the money. There ain't no big deal. That's what they want you to think. Just like when you're checking out at Walgreens or some of these other places, you can't even get your goddamn card back unless you agree to round off your purchase to the nearest dollar to give a donation. Sometimes I sit there and I bang on the machine and I say, hey, give me my card back. I don't want to give you money. Just wanted to say that. Ronnie, anybody want to chime in, or am I just a fucking lunatic on a Tuesday night?
I think that ATM fees are a scam. It's like buying your own money. And the worst is when you get hit with the ATM fee from the terminal, and then your bank also charges you a fee for using a ATM machine that's not in their network.
Right.
So, like, you could end up spending $8 just to get a 20 out if you needed $20 cash.
I have literally stood in Walgreens and said, give me my card. I don't want to make a donation. And they're like, whoa. I think another place is it Office Max? You can't get your card back. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. Hold on, guys. Chambers 620. Thank you for your donation. Messiah. He says Boycott Breakfast Club and FBJ Young Punk. Shit. Okay. Blade, I got your donation. He says Kissinger was not pussy. More bodies than a cemetery. Well, sir, according to the great Idi Amin, Kissinger was pussy. Thank you for your donation, Blade. And Blade, who's supposed to be calling you? Somebody kept sending me emails. Yo, I'm on the line. Where are you? Was it Jeffrey? Who sent me 5? Broderick, where are you, man? You're interrupting my goddamn flow with these fucking emails. Are you calling in or what? Stop emailing me, man. I don't see you in the queue. Polo the God, he says, the FBJ did say Jim gave Stack life. Clown ass nigga. FBJ, you responding? FBJ?
What you call me a clown ass nigga for what? For
he says
okay.
that you
listen, bro. Subscribe. No, just tell them to subscribe to my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Perspective Facts podcast. I'm breaking any record that my podcast downloads have set in a single day. So keep going, man. Run them numbers up. If he has any issues, go to my podcast, Perspective Facts, in Stars Community section.
Yeah. Yas Lundi, thank you for your donation. Yas. Adam, thank you for your donation. Elvis the Chef. Anthony, I got you. Wavy, how are you? Thank you. Okay, Wavy says, it's true, Lil Baby was at the White House. Okay, I don't know. I thought the guy was trolling, but it was a great call. Mr. Skylar Saunders, how are you, sir? Thank you, sir. Mr. Skylar Saunders. Are you calling in, sir? Text me if you want to get on the line. You know, I always have time for you. Hold on. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Skylar Saunders. Blade. Okay, Blade says China wants payback for what Japan did to them. Okay, thank you, Blade. Hey, Tara. Tara said my cousin did a dime behind a filthy Nostrand Avenue nigga. Was it me? Rory, thank you for your donation. Shania, what number? You're sending in donations, darling, but what number? Shania, listen, here's my email address. Just send me an email and say, hey, I'm on such and such a line. Please, I get your donations. I appreciate you. Marcus got your donation. Are you calling in, Marcus? The Las Vegas Sports Talk supporting the machine. Thank you, sir. Hey, Colleen, how are you, darling? Thank you so much. You are appreciated. Larry. Is that Larry from behind the bar? Let's see if I can find mine again. And bring in a couple other calls as well. Larry, is that you, sir? Larry? Was that Joe?
No, it's
Joe Costa?
It's Joe Costa.
Hey, how are you?
Yes, hi.
Good to hear from you. How have you been?
I've been okay.
Okay. Listen, I'm a little extra tonight. I got that old nigga napping, so I'm yelling. Pardon me, but what do you want to chime in?
I wanted to chime in on the the anti-Asian bill.
Yes, please.
And I think in the past, I think you know how I feel about it. Just as an aside, I was scrolling through my Facebook, and Facebook was promoting how to promote Asian-owned businesses. And I was like, isn't that some nonsense? We can't even get them to do Black-owned businesses for like a good length of time. Now we have to promote Asian-owned businesses as if they're suffering, as if they haven't been, winning all these decades. I just thought that was hilarious. But
well, hang on a second, Joe Costa, because you and I have chopped it up from time to time. You send great information. Why are you hating on the Asians that have, pulled their resources? They are still a dominant power. Why are you hating?
I am not hating. Actually, they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm hating on Facebook and every other person who is caping for Asians as if Asians are the ones who are out here suffering, who need the extra help. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not hating on Asians. Asians always are about their business. They came here and they did what they were supposed to do. But I'm not, that's not what this is about. This is about why is Facebook pushing aside everything that we were trying to talk about as far as Black people, and now everything is about Asians.
Okay.
So that was my issue.
Continue.
So, I guess I was going to agree with everybody else that was saying that this is more about Biden pretty much bending the knee to China. This is about China. The CCP has a real clamp down on their image issues. You just saw, was it today or yesterday that John Cena went out the door and went to apologize to the CCP because he said, that he referred to Taiwan as its own country. So they don't want anything messing up their image. They have a big clamp down on their, what do you call it? I forget what you call it. But they clamp down on anything you say, anything you do. Disney can't do anything. Nike can't say anything. That's why LeBron got in trouble. So this is what this anti-Asian bill is behind, is to get it, this is a big bill to push it all through.
Okay.
It says that you can't say anything about us or else it's Asian hate. They're putting it in law in our own country to criminalize talking about the CCP. So now if I criticize China, like I always and often do, now Biden can say that, hey, you can go to jail for that or you can get fined or what have you. Yeah. That's what China has done.
Okay, now hang on a second, Joe Costa. Earlier, I put something on the table. I guess maybe it doesn't have legs. Maybe I didn't enforce it enough. Pacifism. Here in America, Asian Americans are perceived, if you ask me, as pacifists. They don't vote. They don't speak up too much. They don't. They defend themselves, but to me, it's not like they're in the streets like Black Lives Matter. Do you think that African Americans should be more passive? It's just a question, not that I'm implying that. We're looking at a few things, foreign aspect of things, but here in America, Asian Americans are perceived as passive people. Does that make sense, or am I reaching?
I think you're misinterpreting the way they move.
Okay.
I think Asian people have never, ever been pacifists. You just talked about their history. Mm-hmm. They've always been a conquering people, whether they conquered each other or conquered other countries.
Yes.
But the way they decided to change the way they move, right? They don't make a big hullabaloo in other people's countries. What they do is they move financially.
Yeah. Now, hang on a second. I'm enjoying the conversation. That's exactly what I mean. We perceive them here to be passive, but if you know their history, as me and John Blaze were talking about, they're anything but passive. I have seen papers on the myth of pacifism in China. In the late 80s, I've seen these papers. But yeah, you're right. They move differently here, but they're not voters here. They're not outspoken, and they are powerful here. Yes?
What would they need to vote for? All they got to do is buy the politician.
Bingo. Let's go. Talk.
So I do feel like black people have been moving wrongly all this time. I think we should have sat on our economic power. We do have the biggest buying power in the country, and we should have made it move that way. But because we let, Tamika, whatever her face, gas us up and get in the streets while she getting her paper up.
I don't give a damn what AutoZone say. Tamika Mallory.
Yeah, that whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And we're all in the street and getting emotional and still getting nothing done. Can't even get a meeting with Biden. Meanwhile, Asians got a whole anti-Asian bill where you can't even speak about them.
That's right. That's right.
The proof is in the pudding, and everybody who voted for Biden, you're welcome.
You're welcome, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Went up on the Breakfast Club and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't really black. I said, damn.
Man.
Damn.
I also wanted to speak on that real quick because that ties in really nicely.
Come on.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I thought that was really odd, the way that Charlamagne all of a sudden spoke on. I mean, I know that, all the smoke is on his network, and it was just a weird thing. It would make more sense for all the smoke to address the issue with Kwame Brown, and that would drive, viewers. They would get the clicks, right? So why did Charlamagne have to do that? Well, I looked back into Kwame's catalog, and he's been talking about this stuff, and he's a big threat. So all of them, what he refers to as the get along gang, all of them perceive him as a threat, and this is why they had to do a character assassination. Tamika Mallory, my son, Charlamagne, they all had to group together and attack, and try to put him down.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a good backfire. I don't count on it going for much longer here because they're going to try to do something crazy to Kwame. Hopefully, protect Kwame at all costs.
Yeah, protect Kwame Brown, exactly. Joe Costa, thank you for your time, darling, and thank you for the information that you always send. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Okay. Folks, hang on. How much time do we have here? Okay. We're going to continue on here. I'm looking for my homie Ray.
What's up, bro?
How are you, man? Good to hear from you.
How you doing? I just wanted to, acknowledge the fathers of drumming up the crowd and the people who really made this shit happen. Sanford Rubington and Al Sharpton. They are Benjamin Crump's daddy.
Let's go.
They're his daddy. Come on now. They taught him everything he knows. And this day is the product of that.
Okay.
The genesis.
Folks, this is my homie Ray, a.k.a. Bob the Cop.
Master yet suing the city of New York. Yeah. Correct?
Bob, I have not... I'm not up to speed on what's going on in New York. I don't even listen in the mornings anymore. It's just I'm so sick of the governor, whether he's a creep or not. I haven't been listening in weeks. But go ahead. I respect your.
No, I'm just saying. I'm watching ABC National News right now.
Okay.
And I'm watching one of the masters of drumming up the media, to extract a settlement from cities.
Okay.
Statewide, and they moved the show nationwide, But Sanford Rubington and Al Sharpton were the masters, and they extracted millions from New York City.
Okay. Ronnie, do you want to chime in? I don't keep up with what's going on in New York for the most part. I'm down here in the ATL. Any thoughts, or do we just let Bob finish up?
Well, I think Texas is a lunatic state. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish your sentence.
Allowing people to open carry guns, with no nothing. That's real pure lunacy. But that's the South.
Guys,
maybe you think it's lunacy, but maybe that's what keeps people in line. The fact that if you run up on someone's car, they might have something in their car that can put you down. They have less road rage incidents down there. The most of the gun crime is in the places where it's heavily regulated, places like California, New York, Chicago, places where it's nearly impossible for a decent citizen to legally obtain a gun. The criminals have the guns, and they're overflowing.
It makes a petty instance a justifiable homicide. Something
a petty instance. I don't think if someone runs up on your car,
materialistic gains. What are you going to take my car? A radio?
No, it's not about stealing. If someone runs up in your car while you're in it, they're most likely, if it's a road rage incident, they're not going to try to wrestle you out of the car so that they can drive off and leave theirs there. It's probably to do violence to you, to do harm to you. We've seen road rage incidents end in deaths all the time. Rarely do we see it occur down in the South where more people have, open carry rates.
Guys, I need both of you to hold on a second. Folks, do not email me during the show multiple times if you have not sent in a donation. I don't charge people to call in, but do not flood my emails because you want to get on the line. On the goddamn screen, it says Cash App or PayPal. Knock it off. Some of you keep emailing me emails. It's on the goddamn screen. Bob, let me finish up with you, man. Go ahead.
No, I just think we were talking. I think it escalates a situation in Texas. That's the most backward shit I've ever heard. And I just wanted to shout out the fathers, Sanford, Rubington, and Al Sharpton. Because
Bob, you're my homie, but I don't do shout outs. Slow it down. Good to hear from you, man. What else is going on? Hey, do we have an update on Chris Kidd? Did we get a sentencing yet? What's going on, man? What the hell?
I believe it was going on mid-June, so I'm gonna take another look.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure the date was mid-June.
Okay. Shania, you got to turn that down, Shania. I got you in the queue. Turn it down. Okay. Bob, good to talk to you, man. I got to keep it pushing.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Shania, pick up the line. Pick up the line. Jesus.
Am I here?
You got to turn down your laptop, your computer, darling. I appreciate your donation.
Okay, let me turn. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn off my
seasoned coochie. Give her a minute.
Turn down my phone.
Turn it down, baby. There you go. How you doing, darling?
Is that better?
Thank you for checking in. Hey,
Man,
girl. Hey, girl.
I don't know. If I was any better, I don't know what I do. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller.
Thank you.
I started listening to you. I started listening to you a couple of years ago when you turned us on to the Zulu Nation situation.
Can I ask, are you on a headset? It sounds bad. I want to hear what you're saying. You on a headset?
No, and don't you hang up on me. I am not on a headset.
No, you're on a
I'm on my phone.
Okay, it sounds a little crazy. We want to hear what you're saying. It sounds a little, hey, I'm going to put everybody else.
You want me to go on the speakerphone?
No, I'm going to put you on something else here. Okay, there you go, darling. You sent in a few donations. Where do you want to start? Shania, that's your name. That's Shania?
Okay, it's Shawnee.
Shawnee.
It's Shawnee.
Hey, Shawnee.
But my street name is school teacher.
Okay.
Because, I wasn't always a school teacher. That's what I tell my students,
Gotcha.
I have lived that life. But now, I've been sitting here so long waiting to talk. I don't even know what to talk about. First thing you was asking was about the difference between Jim Jones and, what was the boy's name? Jim Jones and, what was the other one?
Who's the better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck? Who's the better rapper?
Okay, all right. I like Jim Jones and I love Cam. How about that?
Okay.
Hey, look, I'm 55 years old. I'm not like a lot of these youngsters that know about what's happening in the rap thing. But I do remember I like Cam, and he was with Dipset, right? So
yes, he was, man.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, now hang on a second. I want us to stay focused because you sent in a few donations. We're talking about also Kwame Brown is now calling for a boycott on the Breakfast Club. Are you up to speed on Kwame Brown or the Breakfast Club?
Oh yeah, I'm up to speed. I understand Mama's cooking. I mean, I have figured out what Mama's cooking is. It's basically just, you know what? It's basically just the love and the knowledge and the information that the mother passes on to the child, right? Okay. And so when he refers to mother's cooking, he's saying basically my mother's cooking never told me about what happened with my dad. That's how we as mothers try to protect our children. We try to give them what they need to survive in the world, but at the same time, there's certain things we don't want them to know because we don't want it to create trauma for them. So when it's an analogy, it's just kind of a metaphor when he says his mama's cooking, basically. So what do I think about him in the Breakfast Club? Well,
he's calling for a boycott. Are you up to speed on that? He's calling for a boycott.
No. I know. I'm up to speed on it, and I agree because Charlamagne is a fool. He has made his career on downing, like he says, black people and black men. You know, that's his whole thing has been. He gets on he high sides for the white folks, and then making us look bad, talking shit about us.
Yeah.
So yes, he needs to be brought down a peg or two. He really does. You know, they just give him too much. You know, yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you being patient. Any thoughts on the anti-Asian hate crime bill that the president signed? Any thoughts?
You know what? Here's the thing. I know why black people are mad. It comes from a place of this. When I go to the nail shop or I go to get my eyebrows done, first of all, they want to act like they don't want my money, you know, for the business. Second of all, they want to sit there and talk in Chinese or whatever. I feel like they talking about me. They act funny style. They treat us like shit. They won't hire us, but they come in our communities and they build and they bring their businesses there, exploiting. Every other country, like Malcolm says, every other country, race of people come into our neighborhoods and exploit us, but they won't hire us. They won't give us a job in their establishment, but they want to come, you know, and when we send their kids to college, we pay their mortgages, we buy, you know, all the land and stuff. They're going to these different countries. They're doing it off of our. So yes, our black dollar is circulating for a certain amount of hours.
Well, now hang on a second, Shawnee. You mentioned Malcolm X, yes?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You do know that Malcolm X was a great orator, but he was a preacher.
Right.
Preacher.
Well, I wouldn't consider him a preacher. He was.
No, darling. He was a preacher pushing religion. He was a great orator.
He's
a great orator.
If you call pushing Islam, you know, during the time he was with what's his name? Elijah Muhammad. Yeah. Then he broke from Elijah Muhammad, and his words, he became more so than the preacher aspect. He became like a militant once he left Elijah Muhammad.
No, darling, that never happened. That never manifested. We love him. Hang on, darling. Hang on, Shawnee.
You big homie.
Shawnee.
Words of you, big homie.
Shawnee.
He saw the fuckery.
Shawnee. We love Malcolm for his speeches, but let's not get it twisted. The Nation of Islam was not about that action. They were not. Time has shown us.
What?
Malcolm was
time has shown us. Well, here's the thing. People's pockets have been getting lined up. You know, I'm not going to say Farrakhan or like that, but I'm just saying, where the fuck are the people when we really need them? You know, you made a statement earlier. Did he get? You made a comment where you said, did he get? God dang it! What were you talking about that guy? And you said, did he get the paper or did he get the payoff or something? Comment you made about the guy we were talking about. We were talking about him earlier, and you said, did he get the? You know, basically, did they pay him off, kind of thing? Okay. Did he get the hookup or something like that? But basically, that's what's been happening.
Okay.
You know, people that have come in the guise of being leaders for our community have really been getting paychecks. They've been getting paid off. Yeah. And that's why, you know, and that's why we don't really I don't know, sweetheart. I don't know.
Shani, I appreciate you being patient, and I thank you for your perspective. I got to take more calls, darling. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye now. Okay, that was Shani. Seasoned coochie. I like the way she was talking. Oh, yeah. She had some points. Hang on a second. Who is this that's been emailing me? Now you finally decide to send a screenshot. Are you there? 260.
Yo, Star was good with it. It's Jeff calling out the Fort Wayne, Indiana district. Indiana.
Jeff, I'm going to say to you with all due respect, do not flood my emails as if I know you. This is work. This is not play.
But I'm not.
No. You're sending me emails on top of emails.
I'm just being.
Send a screenshot, man, or else, come on. This is work.
I'm just trying to be virtually professional.
Well, you got to send a screenshot because, hang on, people send in donations. That's what my preference is. I'm a capitalist. But you're emailing me as if you and I are friends, as if I remember the conversation. I don't. You have now sent a screenshot.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Where do you want to go? Let's go.
Yeah, so many of us want capital. That's what I'm saying. So many of us want these stacks on the front end, on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about Biden with these trust laws and he's trying to pass these laws.
Continue.
What I want to say about it is it's all a hustle. You know, oil, steel, metals. You know, it's all a part of infrastructure. You mentioned China. You look at China right now. And you talk about black people being passive. Many people haven't been to China. China has a whole multiplex infrastructure. Like you look at their infrastructure and their buildings and their highways, expressways. Like I don't know.
No, sir. The question was, should black people be more passive? Just a question. I wasn't implying that they should be. It's a question. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Sharpton, he got in on the deal with Kennedy. That's how he came up. So that was his play. So everybody got how they play on words. You know what I mean?
Well, now hang on a second because you sent me a bunch of emails. You're talking about Bussy Chronicles. I'm confused, man. Where you going? Where you going, man?
No, that was that. What's his name? FBJ out there in Rory. Yeah, I just.
The fuck?
on his whole theory. No, what I'm saying.
Hey, man, slow down. I still got my energy. Slow down. Let's talk, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate your donation, but let's slow this goddamn thing down. You sound like you're grooving.
Yeah. I'm the one who called in.
You sound like you're grooving.
You had to sing your. Man, I'm just grooving and moving. You know, going about my day.
Okay. I don't remember your call, sir. I'm 57. I don't know what the fuck I had for breakfast yesterday. I don't remember our call. Now, you're emailing me about Bussy Chronicles and some other shit.
Waffles, I believe.
Waffles,
I believe.
Huh?
Hey.
What are you grooving right now on? Perks? Coke? What are you on?
No,
man.
No, you was talking about that China war, that China infrastructure. You know, well.
Have you been to China, sir?
What's going on? Have
you been to China, sir?
No, I've been in.
Did you go to college, sir? Did you go to college?
No, I'm a college dropout. I didn't finish.
Okay.
Like Kanye said in his album, I ain't finished.
Well, sir, you got 30 seconds. I don't really want to, just sit here and giggle with you. You got 30 seconds. Where you going?
No, I just want to make a point about the, everything going on with the annual riots that happen and everything like that. And it's a lot of things going on. You talk about Web 3.0. Elon Musk. Whales in the economy. So it's a lot.
Ronnie, jump in here, please. Ronnie, please jump in here. What is this nigga talking about?
Honestly, this guy is
I'm
putting
just
me to
saying, what do
sleep.
you
He's like
call
a dose of NyQuil. Speed this thing up, sir.
NyQuil.
Fuck, nigga.
No, it's whack. No, I'm
It's what?
saying though. You know, one of your callers mentioned Ronnie had mentioned broadband or broadwidth or something going on. You know, like broadband cable and DSL.
Sir, how often do you beat your boyfriend? Answer that question.
How old are you? You 47? You was born in 64.
Let's get this nigga the fuck out of here. That nigga's high as a kite. This nigga was bombing me with emails. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I gotta take a 2-minute break and go choke this thing. Ronnie, you gotta bounce. Florida Boy J had to go. Shit.
No, I'm here.
Let me. Where's my intermission banner? That nigga. That nigga was high as frop. All right, folks, I'll be back. Just give me 2 minutes to run in the back of the restaurant. I'll be right back. Hang on, Ronnie. Jesus. All right, guys, I'm back in the building. Fuck, that nigga drained the shit out of me. Emailing me about 9 emails about alternate bussy dimensions, FBJ, more crazy shit. Sir, thank you for your donation, but please don't do that to me again. Don't do that. And folks, please stop emailing me during the show. This is work. Anybody who's a friend or an associate of mine, they know not to email me, email me during the show. And don't text me. If this ain't about no goddamn business. Who keeps texting me? Angel, I got your donation. Thank you, sir. Ronnie looks like a trucker, FBJ, lame. Okay, thank you, sir, for your donation. Quasi, how are you? He says, had to hang up. Salute from, okay. Thank you, Quasi, for your donation, man. Salute to you. Nathan, I got your donation. Guys, go into the community section, and it'll take you right to FBJ's podcast, Perspectives and Facts. Nathan, thank you for your donation. Anthony, thank you. Shani, pardon me. Shani, thank you, darling, so much for being patient. Hezekiah. Where was Hezekiah? Did he hang up? Good evening, 214. Is that Hezekiah on the line?
Yes, how you feeling?
How are you, sir? Thank you for being patient. Where do you want to start?
No, my pleasure. Listen, long time no here. You probably won't remember me, but we met one time at I think it was Ice-T's party. He had a party somewhere in Brooklyn, and I met you for a few minutes. I think you were covering the story.
I was never at an Ice-T party, sir. I was never at an Ice-T party. Stop it.
Okay, it was a long time ago.
No,
anyway,
I wasn't there.
But anyway, okay. So I just wanted to mention that I think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves when we're talking about China and what they're doing. And I think we don't understand what the Rothschilds were working on years ago. And so every country right now is being controlled by what we call the invisible globalists. And China is up next. So what we see happening is the persons who are going to make the money now off of China, as they did with Europe, as they did with America, now is China is up next. And we don't get it. And so what they're doing is they have to sit us down. You know, Jordan is over. Here comes Kobe. Here comes LeBron. Our day is up. China is up now, and we don't get it. And so what they're going to do is they're going to put China in a position to where now China will become, for the next 100, 200 years, the next hegemony. And we got to accept it. We had our run.
Well, hang on a second, sir. I appreciate your donation. Who is we? You keep saying we. Who's we?
When I say we, I'm talking about white people now in America. I'm talking about African Americans and those of us who've been in the West, you know, basically enjoying what we've have, high-speed internet. Our dollar is number one. You know, those of us, we don't get how this thing works in the globalist reality. They control everything, and they decide who's going to be the next.
Sir, with all due respect, are you one of those know-it-all niggas? You talking down, and we don't.
No, I'm not one of those.
We don't understand this and that.
Well-traveled dude.
What are you talking about? We don't understand.
I'm a well-traveled person who understand what Trump was talking about when he was trying to tell us about the globalists.
Okay.
Invisible.
Did you vote for Trump 2 times, sir?
And we got to learn to respect it.
Sir, did you vote for Trump?
I sure did.
Okay, once or twice?
I've been voting for him since he's been running his mouth. But
that's not the question, sir. Once or twice? I can show receipts.
I voted for him twice.
Okay. Do me a favor, please. Stop it with all that we don't understand, we don't know. I'm about that Skrilla, sir. I would sell you out for a sandwich and a cup of fucking cappuccino. This ain't a black show. Slow that dumb shit down. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I was saying is we. I'm not talking about we as in black people. I'm talking about we as American people, patriots. We all looking lost, and we busy fighting one another, not realizing that, again, it's China's turn. They're up next. We can't hate the player or the game. Now, you ask the question, what do they want with Jamaica? Well, it's not just Jamaica. It's, you know, I'm well-traveled. As I said, I've been to most of the places or the continents, if you will. Okay. And one thing I've come to realize is the globalists run this shit. The best chance we had was Trump, and we just got to respect it. Gotcha. That's my thing. I'm out. I'm older like you. I'm 40s, and I'm just writing books and enjoying myself, whether I'm going to be in China.
Well, now, hang on a second, sir. You said you're a traveler. Were you in the military? What were you doing traveling?
Nah, I'm just a journeyman, basically. I just move around and enjoy myself.
You're a gypsy. You travel from place to place.
For 2 years.
You find small jobs. You connect with the natives. Free love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do a little drugs. You read a couple of passages from books, and you got it all figured out. Yeah?
Not necessarily. I just know that you can't, you got to just enjoy life, and you only get a couple of moons and suns here. Enjoy it, have a good time. Ronnie is the truth. I love you, Queen. Right. And y'all just have
Sir, the name of the game is Kill or Be Killed. America.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it or leave it. If you got a problem with this thing here, get the fuck out of Dodge. Move back to Africa. All right?
Yeah, or move to China. They're up next. Learn to speak the language.
China don't want you. They don't want us. No, move to Africa.
No. I've been to China. China will take you. Dubai will take you. As long as you're working, you're going to mind your business and do what you got to do.
If you fall in line and you have no voice, you can go there. Don't think you're going to go over there acting like an American and you're spoiled. That ain't going to happen.
Why not? They said the same thing about Dubai. When I got there, you can do anything you want to do as long as you got money and status. And the same thing goes with China. If you got status, you can do what you need to do.
If you got money. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you, sir. Okay. All right. That we shit. We don't understand. We don't know this. Hey, Colleen. Where's Colleen? Where's Colleen? Hold on a second. Colleen, I don't see you in the queue. I'm going to come back, Colleen. Like a blood closet, thank you. Blade, thank you, Blade. Yeah, Blade, I got your email. You sent me something. Give me a second. Hey, Gemstar. Star Friday, Boy J lied. He did say Jim Jones influenced Max B. Yeah, that's not true. Jersey Stand Up, thank you for your donation. Miss G again. Okay. Bussy Pop, thank you for your donation. Big Wig, thank you. Wave Bussy. JR Spliff 212. That's amazing. How do I say your name? Is it Quardino? Correndo? Richard, thank you. Jersey Stand Up. Someone was on hold. Let me see if I can find this person. Who keeps calling me? I'm going to block somebody here because you're annoying. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm not going to pick up this line that keeps calling and calling. I'm not. Oh, I'm sorry. It keeps emailing me. I'm not going to play that game. Area code 202. Are you there? 202.
Boy, Nomad Nick calling out the district. What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you?
Another day in paradise, out here grinding, getting money in the pandemic.
Are you high tonight, Nick? Are you drunk? Where are you?
Yes. Blueberry, guava gelato, all that good stuff. Right. Yep.
Give us some misinformation about sports or something.
All right, no, but first things first, I want to get in on this conversation, and just the idea that somebody even said that Jim Jones influenced Max B. Jim Jones stole all Max B's swag. What are we talking about right now? His best songs were written by Max B. So I think that's one conversation. But just to address the competition tonight, I'm going to spit a couple bars to frame why I think this person is the better rapper.
Okay. The question, who's the better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck? Go ahead.
All right, here's the bars. Gave you $20 the other night.
Let's get him out of here. He's high. He's reciting old Star and Buck Wild bum bitch bars. Thank you, Nick. Hey, I think one of my old homies is on the line. Hold on a second. Area code 607. Good evening, 607. 607. 607. Pick it up. Give me a second, guys. Got to pick it up. 607. He's dealing with a lot. That's somebody that I know, but he's doing too much. I can't, I can't slow the show down for somebody that I know. Hey, 302 is at Mr. Skylar Saunders. 302.
Greetings, and to the lady of the house, good evening, Ronnie.
Hey, man, good to hear from you.
She here?
Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Good to hear.
We're doing an extended show here. What do you want to jump in, Skylar?
I'm going to try to do a 3 for 3.
Go ahead.
First off, I'm going to do Asians. What happened to martial arts? I thought they were skilled and well-trained at self-defense. Why isn't that being pushed? Why isn't that being something that's included instead of them saying that they're passive and pacifistic?
You can break it down. I mean, I was just asking a question about how we perceive them and why they have got this bill pushed so fast. I mean, in comparison to what black people, African Americans, have been going through, this is relatively fast. Would you not agree or no?
I would agree, and they call it the civil rights movement, but I like to call it the individual rights movement.
Okay.
According to the philosophy of Ayn Rand objectivism, I would say that red, yellow, brown, they rode the wave of the black people during that time period.
Okay.
They all took on the concepts and the residuals and the benefits of what black people were able to do during that time, during the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Okay. I would agree, but my question was, how did they get perceived to be victims here in America?
That's what I don't get. That's what I'm saying with the martial arts.
Above African Americans. African Americans.
Right. Above African Americans, right. I wonder that.
Well, if I can add to what you're saying, you mentioned martial arts. Now, to my understanding, going back many, many decades, martial arts, Issue Kwan Do, Taekwondo, Bruce Lee's philosophy, Jeet Kune Do, karate, and other things, these are art forms of self-defense, not necessarily attacking people. So you're saying
Absolutely.
You're saying martial arts, that should not be perceived as passive? What are you saying exactly?
I'm saying that they should be perceived as those individuals who want to have self-defense.
Okay.
I know that some of the victims that I've seen on the news were older ladies, more so defenseless and easy targets.
Yes.
They're soft targets.
Yes.
So it's kind of difficult, but I would still say they probably had training early on in their youth. I mean, that's what is usually the case, even in black and white and other circles.
Okay.
You train your children. Take them. I remember I took karate for like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
I was in the Marine Corps. I did martial arts program. So I mean, I think it should be stated. It should be something that's pushed. It should be something that's underlined and not banished or forgotten about.
I hear you, but I mean, they're, in my opinion, perceived as peaceful, passive people. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Right.
I just don't see how, again, above African Americans, this bill got pushed so fast. Unless it is about foreign policy. If it is about Biden and doing business abroad, okay, well then you know what? I'll say I get it. I'll get it, but I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right to do something here domestically above African Americans who he claims to have been such a champion for civil rights throughout the decades of his career. But I didn't vote for him, so I mean I don't give him any credit. But I'll let you finish up.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the only Delawareans that didn't vote for him. So.
Okay. Any thoughts, Skylar Saunders, on who's the better rapper, Jim Jones or Young Buck? That's another question.
Hands down, Jim Jones. But I'm gonna bring it down like this. Jim Jones had a verse on. I'm really old. This is gonna show my age.
Okay.
Really fast. On Cameron's CD, "Come Home with Me," he said when Steve Francis and Latifah got jacked, he's talking about Harlem, and so that kind of just stuck with me. I was like, damn, they got stuck up. You know what I mean? It was such a jarring line that it just warranted a repetition. So I said that, but I do like Young Buck's verse on "Stay Fly." I thought that it was pretty. It was right in the pocket. He was like right on the beat. So I like when rappers are able to do that.
Okay. Well, for the record, the IG page that I pull most of this information from is According to Hip Hop. They did a poll. Over 11,000 people voted, and they determined, the voters, that Jim Jones is the better rapper. 55% over 45% that chose Young Buck. JJ is the winner.
And I would agree. I mean, a lot of people would say that "We Fly High" or "Ballin'" was his greatest work, but like you said, his last album was a solid effort.
Yeah,
it was a definite dagger into the heart of hip hop.
I heard 6 tracks. It was fire. Ronnie, did you get
over his whole career?
Hang on a second. Ronnie, the name of Jim Jones' last album. Did you get it, Ronnie? I know you were searching for it. It was fire. I heard.
I'm sorry.
Jim Jones' last
album.
Say
again, sir?
Jim Jones' last album. Did you ever find that? Did you remember?
Yeah, it's called The Fraud Department.
When did that come out?
2021.
No, the one prior to
Yeah,
that.
I think the
one prior to that.
we're talking about is 2019. It's the El Capo.
Yes, El Capo. That's the one.
Yeah, that's.
You never heard El Capo, Ronnie?
Yeah.
I did. I skimmed through it. I mean, I know a lot of people love that album. I know you were really big on it, but I'm just in a different place musically, and it just didn't connect for me.
Okay. Skylar Son, it's good to talk to you, man. I'm going to shut this down. Two more calls.
Can I just say one last thing?
Yes, please.
One last thing.
Please.
There's an All Point in the Walgreens right next to you that has a free ATM. All Point.
Well, listen, I wasn't in Woodstock earlier when I was getting my sandwich. I was on the road, actually, and that's why I wasn't familiar with the ATMs in that area. But man, I'm not just going to give you my money as if to say I have no other choices. So,
right.
So damn
it's
the
the
gas.
principle.
The principle.
It's the principle.
Principle. Yeah.
It's the principle. And I was going to say, do you remember Wawa when you were in the Delaware Valley, when you were in Pennsylvania?
I swear by
They're
Wawa.
free. They were free.
Yeah, but I'm in Atlanta. I haven't seen a Wawa since I've been here. Haven't seen one since I've been here.
I know. I was just saying back to your Pennsylvania days, but
yeah,
the All Point. Look for the All Point.
Okay. Good to talk to you, Skylar. Thank you, man.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Ronnie, hold on a second.
Ronnie.
We got one more call. This is another person just like email after email. What the fuck? I'm just going to start blocking some people. I hate to do that on my emails, just... 917, good evening. Are you there? 917. You sent me a bunch of emails.
Hi, Star.
Hey.
Hi, Star.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, Star.
Hi.
Colleen.
Okay, now you're...
It's Colleen.
Okay, but now you're sending me an email from a totally different name. But you're going by Colleen?
Oh, Garrett. Yeah. So I just wanted to first say before I start, and I'm going to try to keep this brief because I know you want to wrap up the show, but it was Julius Caesar who said, your greatest enemy will always be in the last place you will ever look.
Okay.
I believe in this particular instance, it would be Joe Biden. Now, I know Joe Biden is just a puppet, and there are other people behind the scenes pulling the strings.
Yeah.
But with this new bill that he signed into law, what about ADOS? What about all the violence that's been perpetrated against black people for decades and centuries, actually, in the United States of America?
Centuries.
I'm sorry. With that being said, I think everybody would be wise, and it would be beneficial for everybody to do a brief run through of the Cold War history in the United States. Ms. G was on point when she said that the Chinese are in Jamaica for a very specific reason. If you go back to the Bay of Pigs incident and what was going on with the Cuban Missile Crisis and in Latin America, JFK was very concerned about what was going on with Russia in Latin America and in the Caribbean. I think that's what's going on right now. And again, Ms. G is on point because she's a Navy veteran, and she would know. She might have had privileged information that she's not giving away because once you're in the Navy, you're always in the Navy.
I think John Blaze had some excellent points as well. I don't know how long you caught the broadcast, but John Blaze was breaking things down.
Oh yeah,
as well.
he was definitely on point, and so was Jocasta.
Yeah.
People, the problem that we're having is that people, and I'm not saying any specific person on the line, you have to study history to know what's going on right now, to know exactly what's going on. Somebody called in and said we're giving China too much credit. No, we're not. No, we're not.
But if I can just add to what you're saying, you see, what I'm not going to do, and I'm not saying that you're implying this, I'm not going to marginalize black people because I've seen studies and polls where people have literally walked around with microphones and they've asked white people, hey, do you know what day the Twin Towers went down on 9/11? And most people, black, white, Hispanic, they say, I don't know.
Tuesday.
9/11. September the 11th.
Oh, yeah. Well, September 11th. I thought you meant like what day of the week. September 11th, 2001. I know because I was working for one of the...
No, I'm just paraphrasing.
For one of the big firms.
But they asked them...
Oh, okay.
So they said, can you give us the date? I think it was the date. Give us the date that the Twin Towers went down on 9/11. And I saw like over maybe 70% of Americans said, I don't know. 9/11.
Yeah, 9/11. I understand. I understand. I thought you meant like what day of the week it was, because I was actually on my way into the office when the first plane hit the tower.
You are a person. You are a person that knows the intricate dates and details, but the average American does not pay attention to that. We are consumed by a lot of other things. We live a great life.
Consumerism,
which is a beautiful thing.
We're consumed by consumerism. Most of the most of the stuff that we buy is from China.
Yeah.
Your underwear, your clothes, everything is made in China. You know what I mean? So, to me, it just seems like most people would benefit, and I would not marginalize. Trust me, I wouldn't marginalize anybody, but I think most people would definitely benefit if they studied the Cold War history in order to know what's going on right now, because China's taking a page from Russia, from the Soviet Union's playbook.
Well, here's what I will say with respect to what you just said. Most of the stuff about history that I learned was in private schools in New Jersey. They weren't teaching a whole bunch of stuff in public schools, because in public schools, you do have the curriculums that are influenced by your local...
90 seconds.
My phone's about to go up. But that's influenced by the local tax dollars, so on and so forth. But, yeah, you're right about studying history in the Cold War. You're absolutely right. But listen, my phone's about to shut off. You have the last word.
That's it. Peace and blessings to everybody on the line. Just stay alert, stay aware.
Take care. Okay. Ronnie, my phone's shutting off. We'll talk later, Ronnie.
Absolutely, Star. Take care, and thank you for having me. Have a great night.
Thank you. Good night. Okay, guys, my phone just made the announcement, the 3-hour mark.